I always love my mama.
She's my favorite girl.
You only get one. You only get one. Yeah.
Come on, Q.
You know,
You know
You don't know that song? Oh, yeah, we fucked it up.
Wait, do I not know it? Or are y'all singing it off
I
song?
always love my mama. She's my favorite girl.
I mean, if you ain't know from that, you don't know this shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I do know it, but I didn't know what the words were.
Yeah, that's what he was looking for.
Don't judge me.
An ad lib.
Yeah, something.
My bad.
You had to shout it out.
What?
He didn't
Wait
get
a
you for
second.
a whole week, so you know he gonna have to try to.
Oh, man. Episode 35.
35.
Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I knew he was gonna try to go with that because that's the only person that weighed 35. You ain't got another one.
I can give you another one.
Who?
I can give you another
You
one.
can't.
Not right now.
The only person that weighs 35, bro. And I was thinking, son, 35. He gonna say KD, but
Oh,
that's
no,
it.
I don't know that song.
Ain't nobody.
Really, Q?
I don't.
So, yeah,
I
man.
thought that was like, I thought everybody
I'm
knew
looking
that.
at the lyrics. I don't
Yeah.
know it.
Yo, at my family functions, they used to play that and Bad Luck. I thought both of them shits was like an hour long because it would just be 2 songs the whole party. I wish my brother would say, I swear to God, bro.
Oh, yeah?
A 5-hour party, they play 2 songs back to back to back to back. Like I thought them shits was hours long. Like that ass. I always love my mama for an hour straight. No bullshit.
Nah, that's how I felt about Before I Let Go. With me, I thought.
Before I let
Yeah.
go.
I
You know
thought
that
that's-
one, right?
I do.
I'm about to say, like,
I
You
don't know.
know that. You would have to.
I know that song.
We should just start drilling you with. Do you know that?
You know
song?
what? Maybe I need to listen to the song too because a lot of songs I know by the melody and not necessarily the words.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, you probably know it. You probably know
Yeah.
it.
So I might be humming the wrong shit.
Yeah. Let's not do that.
I told you
that's
like
an old
a
song,
player's
though.
Yeah.
That one, so you mean it's older than that one.
73.
As long as you know it's 21 Savage, not Savage 21, right?
All right, that's old news now. But sometimes I have to check.
Is making a mama song a cop out? Like I always felt like because nobody could boo a mama song. You know what I'm saying? It's
No.
like, is
Kinda
it?
The
true.
best
I
one
know,
is
I
Dear
know.
Mama. Tupac.
I mean, I ain't we ain't nobody
that
down
today,
now.
too.
Ain't nobody down that. But I don't know.
Can we
is
say
Mama
there's
song
there's
cop
a
out?
best mama song? Like, there's really a lot that you can't really like.
We can do top 5 though.
Really? I
That's
don't
a
know.
mama song. Is
Unlike this Boys to Men, Mama.
definitely that's
You
the
can't
top.
really.
Mama.
The one we said the pod.
Yeah.
Who else got a good mama
There's
song?
Sizzler, Thank You Mama.
True.
Who?
Sizzler.
See, I never
Oh,
heard
how'd
that.
that go?
I never
I
heard
don't
that
know.
one. Yeah. Can
Thank
you?
you, Mama, for the 9 months you carried me through. I can't.
Can you do
You
it?
can't sing it?
You can't sing it though. We all sung at some point in time on the show.
Sorry.
You
Nah,
didn't
had
do that.
to,
A melody or
Yeah.
something.
You gotta.
I
give
know,
it
but
up.
I feel like now because I'm put on the spot, like if I was
You
doing
can
it
do it.
randomly,
You
I could
can.
have done it.
You can
do
do
it.
Oh, this is really a thing. Oh,
Yeah,
so I really
yeah,
have to do it.
yeah.
Okay,
Everybody did something. So
All
you gotta do
right.
it.
Thank you, Mama, for the 9 months you carried me
Aye.
through
Yeah,
all
man.
this pain and suffering.
Fin, 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 fin.
But you wouldn't know the song if I sang it anyway. You think? I would think I was trying to process that.
Just
part.
now it sounded like
Yeah, it
something.
did. It sounded like
Oh.
something that I didn't hear.
Next time I'll just take your auxiliary cord and I'll pay it.
Yeah,
I'll play it.
that's
I
fine.
can't think of no more mama songs. I'm
Thank you
trying.
for that.
Lord
have mercy.
Leave me alone.
Shots fired.
Hove mama song, but
Yeah.
the last one off the what was it? What number was it?
Oh, which one? 444.
Yeah, 444.
It's not really a song to his mom.
It was. What do you mean?
Well, 444. No.
The joint about his mom finding love and all of that.
I would have to listen to that
But
again.
I don't think it would be. I feel what you
'Cause-
said.
Mama song.
Was it
Not
a
a mama
dedication song
song.
to her, or was it just a story about?
Real shit. I was trying
No,
to throw
there's an
that in
element
there
to
because
where
it's
it
like
was
a different angle. Like everybody always, come with the regular, yo, I love my mama, which
Point
is
taken.
universal. But
The
that
nigga-
was a dope, I think, angle to like, I love my moms. And
Yeah,
finding
unconditionally.
My mom's find love was, a dope way to.
Point taken.
I guess we can throw Jigga.
I don't know. I was trying to think of more mama songs. And I couldn't really think of it. That was the one.
That was a
I
reach.
got.
I didn't search for
That's the
any.
one I got.
Nah, but shout out to all the moms out there. Happy Mother's Day.
Hell yeah.
Happy Mother's Day to all you guys and your moms and stuff like that.
Hell yeah.
Did anybody do anything special today with their mom?
Yesterday, we never really do on Sundays on the Sundays because it's always
It's always
extra
crazy.
crowded. So we just
Hell
we
yeah.
hung out yesterday.
Yeah. So did anyone do anything this weekend?
My mother lives in the Caribbean. So
Okay.
No.
I haven't seen my mom yet. She's actually working today, so I'll see when I get back. We do all that stuff. We real night owls anyway, so we'll be do all that stuff after we get out of here. all the stuff for her. I gotta give it to her and all that.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot. You had a couple of people you had to.
Yo, word! I forgot. I'm not gonna lie. Like I forgot this week was Mother's Day until y'all said it last week. Like that shit kind of hit me quick. Like
Yeah, that was crazy.
Damn,
I'm like, hold up.
fuck, man. Like you got money budget and all that. You like,
Yeah,
all right,
yeah,
all
yeah.
right. Then something like that just come at you.
Yeah, I
like,
remember you sounded like,
damn.
damn.
Bruh,
Were you
shit,
able
it's
to
crazy.
get all your?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was, it was just, but
Yeah.
sometimes this holidays be coming at you, man. It seems like it's always
Something
like
to
something
do or-
like,
Yeah.
Pay for.
yeah, shit.
man.
But I feel like folks can start getting creative and stuff. Start making cards and shit again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
would
that
appreciate
kind
it.
of
Color paper.
definitely. Shit, at least Father's Day, you ain't getting shit. My brother,
up.
my pops, I know you ain't getting shit.
That's fucked up,
I
man.
remember
Fuck
one
y'all.
time
Shit, I'm a man too. I know how it goes. Dad,
Nah.
you don't get shit. You don't get nothing. You get socks.
true.
You get a tie. You don't get nothing. But
Same shit, huh,
a
son?
list of what I want for Christmas. Like, Dad don't get shit. You know how it go, man. It's the price you pay for, like, all the male privilege you get. You don't get shit for holidays.
Definitely
This is
not
how it
looking-
go. Fuck it.
I'm instill that shit.
Nah, hell no. You're not
historically-
getting nothing. You're not getting nothing for Father's Day neither. You getting nothing. You get a dap.
It's not that bad for Father's Day, is it?
I don't think so.
You
I
don't
feel
really
like
get songs either, so.
Yeah, like, who got pop songs?
I mean, Papa, all I did was Papa was the Rolling Stone.
Ain't nothing but bad pop songs.
Wherever he laid his hat was his
Wait a
home.
second.
And when he died.
Okay, so Beyonce did. Okay, so Luther Vandross, Dance with My Father
Oh,
Again.
dope.
That's one.
Dope. That is a dope.
That's one.
I think Beyonce did. Daddy Lessons. Wait, was that a positive song? I don't know.
I don't know.
No, I think it was a positive. It was a positive song.
I guess we'll just throw it in there because Beyonce, right? We threw in Jay-Z, right? Why not?
Oh, my God.
Why not,
bro.
right?
Haters.
Yeah.
Turn
actually,
yourself
it's number one.
around.
Oh, Will Smith, just the two of us.
Get on the ground.
Nah, but that was to his son, though, right?
No, but that was him and his son.
Yeah, but you can't. Nah,
Point
they
taken.
talking
Not
about
a
daddy
daddy
song.
It's on the
song.
list. It's on the list. Tim McGraw
What?
has one.
Fuck it. That's what internet is for.
Yeah, exactly.
No
You got a
good
problem
dad
because I like to go
songs,
seek
man.
information?
It's
Because
only two good
there's only
dad
two
songs.
good ones. That's what
I'm
I'm
making a
saying.
good dad song. Pops, fuck with you. You ain't getting nothing. I'm
That
gonna
was
call
it.
you, but
Do a song.
fuck with you. Yup. I'm right. I'm doing a good pop song, man. Should be hard out here.
But yeah.
The
I
rest
don't
of
know.
these are country.
And that's what?
The rest of these are country.
Oh,
Are a part of the
damn.
country
Black people, we gotta do better with pop songs, man. For
do.
real. We
genre.
gotta do
Wait,
better
as
with
you
that
say
shit.
that, the next one is Papa Was a Rolling Stone.
Yeah, like there's no good father songs. I know we got some good fathers out here, man.
They
Of
might
course.
exist, but artists are also not like mainstream. Most black artists are not mainstream. So.
I'm tight that I can't think of none though. Like all the catalogs I know, like all the music, like
Dance with My
extensive music knowledge. Yeah, that's the only like
That's about it.
shit.
It exists.
We got to do better, man. Can't
Oh,
forget
Gladys
about that.
had one, like Gladys and the Pips. Daddy Could Swear, I Declare. I don't know if that was.
I don't even know that song. Yeah, and it might not even be. It might just be the title. Like
Digress.
Well,
My bad.
this is
Sorry.
positive father song. So
Guess next month. Yeah, it's coming up. Exactly. Nah,
you ain't
but,
getting shit.
but yeah.
just like
so,
men to take the attention is Mother's Day.
Nah, mothers, you gotta go a bit harder for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
That's just what it is. I'm gonna accept it. When I get
Yeah.
a family, I know like we gotta go hard for Mother's Day. Dad, you get a pat on the back, bro. Just let me watch the game.
Celebrate everybody
I just,
often.
that just don't bother me. Let
not
me watch
even
the
when
game.
it's, yeah. My mom, she's chilling. She's at Empire. She's chilling, gambling.
Okay,
She's,
Mama gonna
That's
come
my
home a
mom's spot,
millionaire
too.
today.
yeah.
My
We
grandfather
loving
used
some,
to-
we loving some empire, yo.
my
It is
grand
crazy up in there, man.
when I first moved here, my grandparents got me, right?
How?
My grandfather used to go there all the time and he used to be like, "Come, you might be good luck," right? And then I started I started gambling with like $60. I think it was 40, and then I like moved it up to 60 one time. I moved it up to 80 because I kept doubling.
Yeah.
One day I took I won't name the amount out of my savings account because I was like, if I was doubling shit, then I'm just gonna try and double shit, right? I lost my money in 5 minutes.
Oh
Right.
shit! Playing what?
I was just playing like the quarter machines.
Damn.
Now, mind you, it was like 2 years out of college, so it wasn't that much savings
Fuck
that I
that
took
though.
out.
It was.
I can say it
that's
now.
a lot.
It was like $300.
Oh,
$300,
alright. That ain't
$350.
bad.
But that's still a lot to be just.
That's
It
still
was
a lot for a
it was
college
big
kid.
damn
You
deal.
like, what?
Like, damn.
I thought
I
you was
was
about to
pissed.
say you took bread and,
I was
and
pissed
wow.
off.
Like,
You ain't go
And
out
then
for
I
the
watched
whole
a
week.
man come and then put $1 in like another machine next to it, and instantly got $200.
yo, that be tight.
pissed off.
And I never realized how tight other people are until I watched that happen to me. Like I don't go to this casino that much, but I watch somebody else. We be like, motherfucker, like I've been here mad long and.
Look, I think that was the last time I went.
My mom says you gotta use the penny machine. You just gotta be patient.
I don't want
That's
to.
what-
I don't want to say no.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hell yeah, I'm on it like
Yeah,
that,
that
bro.
penny
Straight
machine.
penny, bro. Straight
That's
penny.
it.
I'm mad cheap with shit like that. I don't like to gamble. I don't like I don't like
real.
strip clubs. That's like none of that shit is my shit, yo. Like I don't want to frivolously throw away money. I don't win with random gambling.
Yeah.
I want to gamble off like knowledge, like fantasy sports, like bet me against you, shit like that. I want to bet on that all day, like, cause I feel like I'm gonna win.
Yeah.
But random shit, I'm never gonna win, yo, ever.
I wish like word games and stuff like that actually had like gambling stuff attached to them.
Shit, Jeopardy, son, that's killing Jeopardy right now.
Well,
You
no,
see,
not
son?
Jeopardy. Like, what do you
Like
call it?
on
Like
your
words with
app?
friends and shit.
Oh, yo,
Yeah.
there's a couple people that be cheating with that
Like,
shit.
I mean, but
Remember
without
Ruzzle?
like without all those antics, Ruzzle, like all of that shit. I really,
Yeah, I was that dude that once it got like mad difficult, I downloaded the app, the Ruzzle.
there was
I
a
did.
Ruzzle
I did.
assist.
Why
Yeah,
even
I did.
play
I did.
though?
That was
I did
trifling.
stop after that because I felt bad.
'cause,
I
like,
stopped.
why
I
even
stopped.
play?
I know people used to come up with. I was like, you
Yeah.
don't know that word. Stop making shit up.
Word that's not words that's not even in the dictionary,
Yeah.
and they getting points for it. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, shit, crazy. It's one
Nah.
person in particular that I'm not gonna say their name, but fuck you wherever you at. Listening to shit, she's at me tight like that's not even a word. Word.
But segue from that. So what's up with what your thoughts on Ayesha Curry and her comments at the
boy.
Red Table Talk? Were you familiar with it? Do you know
I wasn't until you mentioned it.
until I mentioned it?
I mean,
Lord
you
McCray.
was on vacation.
Yeah.
You wasn't worried
She
about
been
that.
back.
I was. I
She
know.
been back.
That was a weekend vacation. I came back in like 3 days.
Oh yeah, I
I
was
was
see.
back
I
in-
was trying to help
Oh,
you
my
out. You
God.
could
Oh, I
have
appreciate
just,
it.
just kept
I
like,
just
yeah,
paid
word.
attention.
You know, I was doing stuff, but all right, fuck it.
What you think, Raine? What you think, McCray? What you think, Reef?
Well, Raine mostly she was putting up a lot of posts up about it, and I was just reading the comment. Normally, so how this goes is when Raine is not in Facebook jail, she has the most. You really got to check out the comments.
I only been in Facebook jail like.
No, I'm just saying when you in Facebook. There was one time I was looking to see
The
and
boys be out for
yeah,
fuck out
I ain't
here.
see no posts because I always look forward to like the comments within the post that you put, and so I just want to take this time. I'm extremely disappointed with the brothers during this whole ordeal because I just think like it's just surface thinking, and I think the way they think is just so under the surface and so
I'm glad you're a guy,
immature
James. Mhm.
and like extremely ignorant. So, I mean, the fact that the first thing you do is not only clown a black woman, you clown a mother. You understand what I'm saying? And then the fact that and the way they did it, I get it. Certain stuff, I
Son,
get
you
it.
know
No.
everybody getting clowned,
There's
though,
different.
son.
It's different.
You
It's
know, like-
barbershop talk. It's different. Like barbershop talk. And like you just jump, you just
It's the
rank.
internet, son.
But nah, but
Internet
then
is
it's
the-
just
it's the
like,
virtual barbershop.
Nah,
come
it
on,
was just
son.
certain. I guess I saw it from a different perspective.
I don't think it was like she was sick or nothing. Like you
No,
can make
it's
fun of
different.
it, son.
Like how
It
you
was-
and I would make fun of some shit, but we understand what she was trying to say. There was some dudes that really didn't grasp
I mean,
it.
that's just ignorant. Like you.
That's
dumb,
what
you
I'm
just
saying.
dumb, but
That's what I'm saying.
This situation don't got nothing to do with that. But I was making fun of it. It was funny. Like the shit with somebody filling up the gas tank with the butt cheeks
Yeah,
out.
with the
like
butt
Ayesha Curry
cheeks
at
out.
the gas station. It's funny. Like
I don't
everything
know.
is
So you
gonna
were-
make memes.
But
like
this was
it's-
you were referring. You're talking about the memes, not about what
Yeah.
she actually said.
Yeah, I'm referring to what was as far as like the stuff that was said on Raine's post about she was.
I was trying to go live to. Like,
She needs to be more mindful on what she's saying, choose a different platform. I'm like, she's being expressive of things that women go through on a day-to-day after giving birth. You understand? So, and also being married with a person, being with them for like 10 plus years they've been together.
But
So-
to being married to a
An
spotlight
athlete.
athlete like that, like he's a top. He's like
But I think there's women out there, and I think it was very important that she said that because there's women who think like that, and they don't have like that, a Stephen Curry, but they go through those things. So I just think like it was a bit.
It was just kind of whack how
I was
how
disappointed.
How it was like. What it showed me, it showed me a couple things. It kind of showed me like, for one, people are being like, to me, not like saying that they're better or anything like that. I'm just saying like in terms of character, like this is an example of being judged by people who are not your peers. Mm-hmm. So to me, it's like, and that's where it makes sense. So it's a bunch of stuff with this, right? Where guys were coming at me like, oh, you're single and you don't have a right to an opinion. Now, I can subscribe to a little bit of people single, they assume that because I had an opinion and I was so forthright about it that I was giving advice. I didn't give advice. Mm-hmm. But it kind of is the same thing as me saying that they're being judged by people that are not their peers. So you're telling me I can't, but you're doing that. I'm not judging. All I never said I agree or disagree. I don't feel like, because the sentiment was the people who did kind of get it, they just felt like she shouldn't have been public with it. But see,
with what aspect of it?
Well, just specific. So it was taken out of context. That's another thing, right? So to me, I didn't look at that part. I looked at, and I feel like she shared with her husband prior to. This is not something that she chose to just But I do feel, I look at it as girl talk that was recorded and aired. And that she felt comfortable, all the women felt comfortable enough to share certain things. That's what the red table talk actually is. It's just that what men do, in my opinion, it's just that she's associated with Steph Curry. So it's like, you're married to Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? Like, so how dare you? That's Steph Curry. Because the first responses were, he's in the playoffs. Damn. So a woman, I mean, I get it. Like, he doesn't need to be dealing with this, but it's not really about him. And you don't even know when this was aired or shot.
That was another thing.
Like,
I didn't know. I didn't think that
was. It could have been shot last week.
It should have been, yeah.
It wasn't the playoffs 2 weeks ago. It could have been shot last month. They shot it on location in their home in North Carolina. So that's another thing. Like, people, it just showed me a lot. It showed me that people are judged by people that are not their peers, It also showed me, it made me kind of disappointed in just like, luckily I'm not in a space where, I mean, quietly I am, but I'm not in a space where I'm like seeking to be with someone, because I would be so like, not impressed. Oh my God, it's over. I'm doomed. You know what I'm saying? Because it showed me like how men think, and not to make it like that, but it did. It just like, and I was happy that certain guys were seeing, because a lot of dudes said that as well. Like, yo, this is disappointing to see how men think about certain situations. Because to me, the dudes who reacted like, so what, or like they didn't care, are the dudes that got it, because it was not that big of a deal. It was like these guys ran with it. Basically, she said, they took this out of context. So she said,
my bad.
So no, that was you. It was him.
Well, that was him, but it's because his computer died.
Stealing shit.
She basically just said that she's married to someone who has all these groupies. He gets all this attention, and basically, I don't get any of it. That's actually, if you ever dealt with any attractive person or any person that's popping or popular, even if you are popular, sometimes you feel like, all right, especially for a woman.
She was lying. Real shit.
No, you know why?
I think she was lying.
You know why,
I think that
though?
was her trying to be vulnerable and seem like a regular, everyday person. Because I guarantee you, open Ayesha Curry's DMs, and I bet you it's fucking even before she said that shit. But just because it's virtual and how she looks,
physical attention. This is what I was trying to say. Everyone responded about social media. She's talking. This is why I could relate so much to it, because every woman feels this way. Every woman takes for granted the man that you are not attracted to, the drunk uncle, the homeless person who feels confident giving you compliments. You take it for granted she's not getting that attention because she's not in environments where men feel comfortable complimenting her because of who her husband is.
Well, like, I mean, I don't think, but like, are you, like, I was a little bit confused. Like, what do you mean, like, saying you look good? Like, you want people
Physical
to actually
attention.
approach you, like, and try to bag when
Not
you're
bag.
a known married woman?
No.
Like, that's just not gonna happen. That's mad disrespectful if niggas are doing that.
That's what I'm trying to say. Women, that's what I'm trying to say.
I don't think
It's
that's
levels.
what
It's not. It's like, it's physical. It's not trying to bag. It's like just the attention, the physical attention. When women are going to work, you killing it on your way to work, and you got that guy every morning like, oh, looking good, Miss Lady, or whatever.
Y'all like that?
They don't. We take it for. Sometimes we hate it.
Oh yeah, because I never
what
want
she
to be
was
that
saying.
dude. Like,
But-
nah, I'm not gonna be.
But it's acknowledgement. She's not getting any of that.
But look at the comments on fucking pics. It be fucking
not
100,000
physical.
comments of
It's not
hard
physical.
eyes. But like, I don't think she's not in the club and like everybody's walking past her and bagging. Like, you're never in situations where dudes could be bagging. So
But
like,
that's
I was
what
confused.
she's saying.
Like,
She's
but,
saying that.
But you ain't. You should have got married. Then. Like that was my only shit with it. Like, you can feel the way you feel. I never get mad at nobody for the way they feel because you're not in control of your feelings. That's what being a human is. You just got to navigate through them. But like, you got married, you had kids, so that's kind of like signing a contract saying, "Yo, men are not gonna bag no more." So
Why?
But I don't think. I think you jumped
not
to.
bag.
I think
You
you
don't
jumped
want
to a
them.
different
Not bag,
place,
but
though.
compliment.
Yeah, I don't think that's what she was. I think
anybody that's complimenting
You see
is
why-
trying to
this is why
bag.
it's
I don't
difficult
know
for
if
men to
y'all
understand.
think.
So
Like,
for full
right.
context, I
Sorry.
have the clip, and maybe we can give it a
Oh, I
listen.
had it up. You could have.
Me and like honestly has given me a sense of a little bit of an insecurity is the fact that like there are all these women like throwing themselves, but me like the past 10 years like I
How
don't
are women
have
throwing
any of
themselves?
that. Like I have zero, this sounds weird, but like male attention. And so then
You
like I
don't
begin to
even realize
internalize it and I'm like, is something wrong with
You're
me?
not,
like
you're not looking.
what,
You're not
like-
looking. You're not even.
But I'm gonna tell you something else too. When your radar's turned off, because I dealt with that for years too. Like, and I was young, like you. Yeah,
I'm
like,
like,
oh my
that's
God.
not fair.
I mean, because I don't want it, but it'd be nice to know that like someone's looking. But
That
when
can
your
get
radar's
dangerous.
turned
That-
off,
yeah.
right?
That
You're
can get
beautiful.
real
Don't ever
dangerous.
think for 1 minute that it ain't some men out there looking at you like I wish. Honestly. And I'm gonna tell you who knows that more than anybody. Your husband.
I think the same groupie attention that Steph gets, because Steph ain't in the club. Steph is nowhere where women are actually trying to bag. It's bitches on social media, in his DMs, in the comments. You have the same shit.
No.
I think that was an attempt for her to look like a regular person and for people to kind of connect with her.
No,
Like, oh,
she gave an
we
example.
go through that shit.
No.
Well, I want to.
In environments like it's not just that. Even like if they go to a gala or they go to some kind of function for his basketball, there are a lot of women, and she's saying that he's constantly being approached by all of these women, and a lot of times. It's why I say it's levels. A lot of times she feels invisible. It's also going to functions with him where this
He's
is what
more of a star.
Of
like,
course,
he's
but
one
she's
of the
saying,
top
oh,
people
right,
in the world.
right, but
I'm
that's-
sure more dudes come up to him than her, because like it's
No,
Steph.
but that's what I'm trying to say. So you mean all right? So if they're going to functions, she mentioned too, and this is where I know I've been there before with someone. Sometimes with him not introducing her, because see when you have a celebrity person, right? A lot of times the fans, they're relentless, they're rude as fuck, and yeah, they go out their way. It takes a certain person to deal with that. Case in point, Cameron was with his homegirl at a basketball game. This white girl he hangs out with, right? Like, same thing. People are approaching him. So she's like being cool as just sitting there. Because imagine having to deal with this all the time. Like, you can't go anywhere. Fine. She signed up for it 10
Yeah,
years.
you
But a
know
part
what?
of it also is her not feeling attractive anymore. Right? So now it's like, damn, mad girls who are 10 years younger than her keep coming. And then she's just sitting there, and it's like, all right, nobody's really coming towards me. I'm not saying that I want it, but it's not like no one's even saying, hi, Ayesha, or Ayesha looks good today. Like, I don't feel any kind of attention. That's human.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like I agree. I feel like it's a combination of it. I feel like it's important not to just look at it surface level and look at her saying that she wants people to throw themselves at her, because I don't think that that's what she's saying. I think it's something deeper than that.
And they ran with that too.
Yeah, I think like there's clearly something deeper than that. It has to it could be tied to like issues of image. It could be
She's
tied
gained
to
weight. Can you see her face is way
in
more
this
full.
particular video. Like that's what made me say it, but I didn't want to say that she.
No,
was,
it's just she
and
just had a baby.
Yeah.
And like there just also times where like where people's faces look fuller, right? My mother tells me my face is full all the time.
Right. That's true.
It like so image her like levels of success and being relegated to being mom or whatever the case is. Like a lot of these things, I think that there was something deeper there, right? And I think the thing is, people consume information just to hear what it is that a person is saying, not to ask questions themselves about what it is, why it is that a person is saying that. And I think like celebrities start to share like aspects of their lives, not evaluating that. Like you said, like everyone doesn't understand from what place they're coming from, particularly if they haven't been in the position of like losing feeling as though like they've lost their own individuality, feeling as though like you're only called like this person's wife, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
And I feel like it feels even more challenging when it is that you're like female. What's interesting.
And young. She's still very young. She's
very,
just
very young.
turned 30.
Exactly. So like people also take for granted how like what her life experience is, and the fact that 10 years ago she probably didn't know that she would have had to dealt with this, right? They were probably just excited about like his career or whatever the case is. No one knows what the hell they're going to be faced with or whatever the case is. So sorry, there was a weird personal point, but nah. Fosse Vernon or some shit like that.
Come again.
Fosse Vernon.
Fosse?
Yeah,
Sounds
there's
suspect.
no,
Yeah.
no, not like that. FOSSE.
You are so
Is that how you
lucky I
spell
can't
it
get the
anyway?
soundbite.
Yes, she is a choreographer.
woman, so, yeah,
Yes,
it's cool.
she's a choreographer, and she's very, very old, if not deceased. But there's a show on FX about her. And what's interesting is that she was a person like full of fame, and her husband was always. He was jealous of the type of fame that she got. So, like, the show was essentially, like, about their relationship and how it is that took over. So it made me think about this just a while ago because why? Because it's, like, a similar circumstance, but on two different sides of the coin. But, like, anyone is naturally going to feel a way, particularly if you're not tying yourself to something else. I don't know.
Also, sidebar, I was
underdog
going to say, not to make it like that, but it's only certain men that can actually, to me, deal with a woman can deal with the reverse. It takes a lot. I think men take it for granted because women are used to doing it. A woman can be submissive and give up her whole life just to support her man or just to be the trophy or just to be whatever. That's what happened to me with Nikki and Safari. Safari kind of like relinquished, like he supported her. He moved with her. It was a role reversal.
Definitely.
And and she gets judged more harshly as a woman playing that same role that men do. I'm just saying, and also it gets taken for granted that women do it. Like women,
because historically we haven't.
No.
Actually,
Because historically we're
black women
supposed
have.
to. No. I'm saying because historically and stereotypically women are supposed to. That's how men feel. Like you're supposed to, bear my children, take care of the home. If I'm bringing, because a lot of dudes kept bringing up he's the breadwinner. This is why I also feel like, what does that have to do with her expressing her feelings? To me, that was also a broke mentality. When you keep bringing up money, a lot of even women were like, oh, but she's rich. What does that have? So she's rich, so she can't feel insecure. A rich person can't feel insecure.
I mean, I think everybody's entitled to their feelings, but Ayesha Curry is a brand, even if we want to, I mean, she's less famous than Steph, but she's definitely a brand. Like, their whole thing is a brand. So I don't think she went on that television show without knowing exactly what she was going to say. I think that was an attempt for her to try to connect with the everyday woman because they're trying to build this platform of, like, her having this mega platform amongst women. So that's what they were trying to do, that connect. I don't think, like, even, not saying it's impossible for her to feel like that, but I don't think that she went on that show without knowing exactly what she was going to say. Look, we're going on the show. We got an angle. You got to pump this. You go in there and say this. Because I don't believe that shit for a second. I think it's like, yo, she
it
looks,
was very
I think it's
genuine.
I don't know. Maybe.
The reason why I think it was genuine
I think she
because-
felt comfortable.
Yeah.
Because her DMs and her shit is crazy. Like, them little whatever, like, press events that
I
they
think
go
you
to. Like,
assume
of
that,
course,
right?
Steph is going to get approached more because he's fucking Steph Curry's like one of the top 20 famous
It's
people in the
easier for
world,
you to
period.
say
Like,
and not being her dealing with it though. We could easily say from the outside in, of course, yes, but it's not the same as being someone who is married to that, and then being someone who was married to that for 8 years. Another thing to it which annoyed me is that people started bringing up which they always do in this era, old tweets of her, like.
when niggas giving you props and you ain't want it.
Right,
you
but
want
guess
it.
what? But guess what? You know what's so crazy about that? With a woman made me realize you bring up this tweet to say she's hypocritical,
But she called herself out.
Right, that's what I was about to say. But that tweet clearly shows that she likes the attention. The tweet is prime is so it makes her even more valid. That tweet says that I like attention. It said it.
But she
I
said
didn't know what the
don't.
tweet
She
was.
said don't holler at me. I'm
Right,
married.
and she tweeted about it. That
Oh,
in
okay.
itself implies
I don't
attention.
know, but that's a slippery slope because then it's
No,
like the
that's
no means
women.
yes
That's how
kind
women
of shit.
think.
Because you
See-
said don't do it, but you want it.
So, Reef, it depends
That's
on what
the
you're.
no
I
means
feel like it
yes
depends on
shit.
what you're
I know.
listening for, right? Hear me out. I feel like it depends on what you're listening for. If you're listening to discredit someone, then that's what. Hear me out. If you're listening to discredit someone, then that's what you're gonna do. But if you're listening with the intent of hearing what she's saying, because we all live in hypocrisy, right? Like she could still want attention. Because you keep saying that, like, oh, her DMs and stuff like that. You, like, also said that she was a household brand, right, or whatever. And
That's what they're trying to
someone may be managing, like, her social media. So maybe she doesn't see that stuff. Whatever the case is, like, as a human, this is something that she's expressing, and no one is hearing it. Everyone is going to all these other things.
Right.
When, like, I hear what you're saying about, like, branding, and that could very well be a part of it.
That's what I think.
And, like, it has to be a part of her story. Like, there's an element of it that has to be true if that's the case.
Like, I don't think they're letting her go on a show like that and just talk freely.
Oh, of
because
course
it's too
not.
much at stake.
There's
Yeah,
some
you're,
prepping.
you're going over what you're going to say before. Like, yo, y'all going to ask these questions. You're going to say this. You're going to say that. It's not just throw her out there because it's too much at stake. Like, you are Ayesha Curry.
I think
like,
you're
you're a
overthinking
huge
it.
fucking
Yeah,
brand.
I don't particularly
You're
agree with
overthinking
that.
it. You know why? Because when she said it, his mother tapped her like chill. So it wasn't not chill, but she was like, she tapped her like, poor thing, like, you know, welcome to the club. That's the other thing too.
And she
Y'all
probably thought it
didn't
was
see
mad
all the
innocent.
cosigns, all of the. That's what I kept saying when I got into a debate with someone else. Like it's a women's roundtable of women from 20 to 60, and with similar. With levels, that's why I keep saying it's all about levels. Like we're all doing the same things on different levels, and people have never really you've seen talk shows with women, but a round table where people are being genuine and just talking. Because when she said it, even watching her, it looks very genuine to me. It does not look planned. It looks like she was frustrated too, and also they didn't give her any resolve. That's the other part. They just was like, welcome to the club.
Yeah, even Jada Pinkett Smith, she was just
She
like,
tried
went
to
through it,
help
she
her.
went through it too.
I
Right.
mean, in the grand scheme of things, I'm not that sympathetic to Ayesha Curry. $100 million in the bank with
See,
the best husband.
why?
I mean, you're entitled to your sadness, but like, I'm not going to
Your
sleep at
sadness.
night like, oh my God,
I
Ayesha
don't
Curry. Somebody like,
think-
fuck, all right, you. Like, all right, big tough titties. Like, fuck. Like, I'm not that. You know what I'm saying? Like, in the grand scheme of things, really. Like, okay, everybody has their problems, like, and you're gonna create some problems.
But
shit.
it doesn't mean that she's so unhappy. It
I
just
don't
meant
know. I
that
don't
she
think
was.
she's unhappy
No,
with
but
it.
I'm saying this is why I don't understand why people are bringing up her money and her stability. What does that have to do with how
I mean,
she's
to
feeling?
me, I'm not.
Most
that,
people
like,
felt
worried
like
about
that.
it.
They kept bringing it up like,
I mean, that's just
well, she's rich.
Can I
Well,
ask y'all
the folks who were bringing it up and like bringing it up enough and angry about it to post about it, then they either need to go like find another job so they can stop being angry and go get some money.
me.
But like, and I think
do.
it's okay not to.
I
And I think it's
do.
okay not to. I think it's also okay not to care if you're not gonna like talk negatively about it. But if you do, like
I
understand
think for
it.
men though, I prefer you not to care. Like, what the fuck? Why? This is why after a while, when I was like going back and forth, I started like thinking like, all right, all you dudes. At this point, if you're not cracking jokes and like just being funny about
I
it, and
was
you
joking about
and,
it.
no, but I'm saying if you're not doing that and you're really butthurt, like this is gossip at this point.
Yeah, that's what I
Like
was
you're
speaking to.
gossiping like a bunch, and after a while, it was like this is why I started observing. Like, isn't it amazing that men do the same thing?
Some
like,
dudes take out their hurt from other shits on
and
a woman because
project.
this is and you projecting.
Thank you.
Yeah, nah, 'cause
That
it
is
wasn't that serious.
That's
Like,
what I'm saying. It
getting
was
mad at
not
her
that
and it's not that serious.
serious.
Like, y'all
These
being-
men were really the only reason why I even addressed it is because my timeline that morning
all that.
was a bunch of dudes like, oh no, fuck that. Oh no, Ayesha Curry. Oh no.
But
They
let
were
me
on their
ask
way
you
to
a
work. They
question.
were mad
Do
as
y'all
shit.
think if the roles were reversed and it was
I'm
a
glad you
round
said
corner
that.
and Steph went to LeBron shit and it's like, damn, yo, I just kind of wish I was getting female attention and shit.
Guess
like I
what?
don't feel y'all don't. He wouldn't have got killed.
But guess what?
He would have got killed. They'd be like, his wife is at home raising 2 kids and being vain of him, and he got
You know
the nerve
what?
and she's
You know what's so
beautiful.
funny?
And why you want other good?
You know what's so funny about that? And so many men said this. But this is what I'm going to say.
different.
No, not only that. That's totally illogical and unrealistic.
Why not?
Because wait, why not? This is why I'm trying to say. That's such a surface response, and so it's such a moot point. You know why? Because that's not his reality.
No. I mean, if the
No.
roles was reversed, if she was the, breadwinner, if Safari would have been like, damn, yo, I kind of wish like I was getting some female attention.
He would be
It's like,
human. That's human.
I
that
think
was
he
my
would have got
point.
killed.
No.
I think he would have got killed.
He would have got killed the same way the dudes killed her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But that's
It's
why
like
I kept,
you'll
that was
get
my
killed.
point. I kept
If you-
saying to them, that's such a whack point to say because the whole point is that she's human. These dudes are trying to act like this is such an inhuman thing to feel. For a woman, a rich woman who's married to a spotlight athlete cannot feel insecure, cannot feel invisible. And yes, if the roles were reversed, a man could feel the same way.
So
it's human.
I want to go. I want to take the conversation a little
Take
further,
it.
right? And speak about. So there's something about the way that we shape culture, right? And like especially when we start throwing things around like 30 is the new 20 or 60 is the new 40 or whatever the hell people be saying, right? We shape culture. So particularly when women begin, like after they have children, they're not seen particularly as attractive or they're not celebrated in the same way. Advertisements and things of that nature don't cast the same type of like spotlight on these women, right? And with that said, I oftentimes feel as though like after a certain age or demographic of women who are mothers and things of that nature, they feel as though there isn't a market for them. This is like, and this is why sometimes I try to take my time to think about the shit that I'm trying to say because when things twirl around in your head. I say that to say that I think there's also something real to the fact that there is like an ageist thing on women after a while where there isn't attention that's given in the same way, right?
Yep.
Not even men in their same age group might give them attention because particularly if they recognize that they do have children and things of that nature.
It's a like biological clock kind of thing. Subconsciously, you thinking, but whatever. I get what you're saying.
Whereas, like, I don't think the same thing do exist for men, right? You have money, period, right? If it's a woman who has money, then she might be seen as a cougar. A man...
Man eater.
Or whatever the heck you want to call it. A man who's more successful than her might not particularly throw himself at her, if that makes any sense. So I say that to say there's a deeper thing to, like, unearth with what she is saying, recognizing that, like, beyond, like, him being a basketball player, beyond her being Ayesha Curry in the money situation, about the way that we respond to women after a certain time, right? The clubs are only made for people up to 35 or whatever the case is. What, like 65-year-old people don't want to dance to? It's shit like that. So like we shaped society and like we impose these things and they have such deep historical roots. And sorry, like I know it sounds muffled, but it's like all in the same in my head. It's something that I've thought about for some time and
you feel it's best relates to this situation.
But you would be mad if Steph
feel
said
as
the same
though-
thing. You said it's different. It's different with Steph. So
in
Steph
the same,
said the same thing. He'd be
wait a
mad.
second, in the same environment, in the same
No, I mean like
environment
if
today.
roles are reversed. If him,
yeah,
if,
fuck
if
it.
the
If it
wife
was on
the one-
LeBron James' platform, The Shop, if he were to say that.
If he were
Not
to
as
say,
I think
Steph
it's
as
Curry.
Steph Curry
as
right
Steph Curry
now,
now because he's
not
getting
valid.
good. Yeah, it's getting
That's
group
why- that's-
attention. Nah, I'm saying if the roles are reversed, if like a Safari Nikki situation where your woman is the big star and you're the secondary,
and
like,
Safari's
that's
like,
just
oh,
all
I
I'm
want some
saying.
attention.
I think
so if he
I don't
was
think
on the
people
shine,
would go
bro.
in on him. I don't think people would go in on him. In
I feel-
today's society, no.
I can agree with that because the way Safari has branded himself in a sense, the way I'm just keeping that whole that argument going.
So even doing that, you're not sticking to the scenario.
No, I am. As far as like I'm thinking of Safari now going through that and having Love and Hip Hop and being engaged and him being asked that question, I can see how people be a bit empathetic and understanding his story because they kind of grew with him during this whole breakup with Nicki Minaj and going through the whole ordeal.
He would only be
So-
valid though if it
Yeah.
was him and Nicki situation.
Yeah, 'cause
that
that's
would
what I'm
make it
referring to.
equal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
But
what I
you
was
said
referring-
now.
I mean, yeah, now because essentially, like he's,
So hypothetical situation, him and Nicki Minaj had stayed together, right? And the shop is on, and he goes on the shop, and he says, like,
Yo, I wish I
oh,
was
like
getting some
sometimes I
female
wish
attention.
girls are, I wish girls were throwing themselves at me. I don't think people give a shit.
I don't know. I think it would get killed. Like, oh, you got the baddest chick in the world,
Or
and
if
you
they
got
were
that
still
home, and
together.
she's doing.
I think it would be equal.
Like, why you?
It would be
you
equal.
asking? And then
Women would kill him the same way men are killing her. Men aren't
Yeah.
killing her. Some women are killing her too. Some women
I
feel
said
like,
women
and,
killing
and,
her,
and I feel a way that some women were doing, except for the ones that were rational. I just feel like women doing that is just like, are you not relating? Like, I feel like women have a lot of nerve to judge.
if it was true though, I'm not going front. I would feel some kind of way if I was Steph. Like, for real, yo, on TV, like, you gonna go and see some shit like that? Like,
I don't think he does.
I'll
I
be
feel
like,
you not,
really?
because he came out with and said what he said publicly, but again, I be thinking these things are going over, like, you got an image to uphold, so nothing can go outside of that image, but I would be like, word, like, even if you feel like that in your heart, you entitled to that, because you can't control your feelings, you just gotta navigate through them, but for real, you gonna say some shit like that? Like, so
Yeah.
now you want niggas to holler at you? Like, now you putting me in a funny
she didn't
situation?
But that's not what but that's
That's
not,
why-
it's
But
You
funny.
giving off that kind of energy,
No.
like you trying to
It's
get outside
only
male
two-
attention.
She's
like,
not giving
It's
that.
funny,
Only
a lot of
two
men-
men on the surface who I feel like a lot of men who are saying that you show me that you need when women speak, we need to be translated, yo, because that's
Exactly,
not
'cause you ain't
that's
hearing
not
it.
what
Nah,
she
definitely
said.
You
not.
ain't
yo.
hearing, because she didn't say that she wanted somebody to holler at her. She just said she wanted attention. Those are two different things, right? Okay, lies. I think when you speak about, I know,
when
because
we
I just
give
heard what
y'all
I said.
attention,
I just heard what I said.
we trying to holler.
And we-
Don't ever,
But here's the deal.
don't ever
No,
confuse the
but
two.
we take it for granted. She's saying that. Imagine, this is my same thing for a dude. She's saying she's not getting it at all. That's why I told you it's not social media. It's physical attention. Every woman, the perfect example is what I'm trying to say, is that when women, I get it all the time, even today, but some men have this confidence that women don't have.
I mean, it's like, it's easy. I think a groupie thinks Steph is way easier to get
No,
than Ayesha, because it's like, you got the best husband in the world. What the fuck am I going to say to you? What the fuck am I going to say to Ayesha Curry?
no,
That's
that's
going
the
to make her
thing.
look at me.
Here's
That's
my
where
point
men is
on-
coming
on-
from.
on
That's
a
why
different
nobody's
level.
even trying to say
That's
nothing.
because you don't understand for a woman receiving it. It's one thing for you to say what you're going to say and you do what you do, but how women receive it is different.
True.
Case in point, if I'm about to say men have this confidence that I wish women had. Men, no matter what their situation is, how they look, they can have no teeth, they can have the stick, they can
They
be
will walk up
stinking.
to anybody
They
and
can
they'll be like,
"Hey, baby,
yo, ma. They'd be
women
like,
don't have that.
Yo,
So
deadass.
she's saying, and that's not wanted, but it is. You follow
That's real.
what? Do you follow what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but don't-
like
but don't-
today,
don't invite that shit, 'cause
we're
now
not
when you
inviting
win
it.
cheating,
But
niggas
hold
going-
up, wait. Same thing like today. I was just shocked. I got off the train. That's why I made a post. I took it down, but I was like, "Damn, the wolves are out in Brooklyn." Because this dude was like, he was drunk. I could tell he was super drunk. Like, why? And then I try not to be rude, right? Because I don't want that attention.
Yeah,
and I'm
exactly.
I'm like all covered. I have hoodies on. Like, why are you even like? What is attractive right now? But you feeling yourself, and he's just talking to me, and I'm just like, it's the same thing. I didn't want that attention, but now if I go maybe in the next 20 days
without none of it, it's gonna be like, damn, like, can't nobody.
I
People
don't
feel
have
that
it
way.
as bad like that, but some women really have it to the core where you'll be surprised how women, we don't want it, but we still want it. Is what she was saying.
so
Okay,
weird
so can I
shit,
can I
though,
can I say
like-
something? Sorry, this
Of
just
course
also
you
came to
can.
my head. My bad. I apologize because I feel like I just cut you off.
No, good.
Because on another side, right, someone can say, well, why is that the thing that she's striving for, right? Why is she striving for male attention? And the thing is, it's about what people have also been conditioned to have, right?
Exactly.
Conditioned to receive. So you don't look that way about, like, you don't feel that way, or it doesn't resonate with you about, like, receiving female attention. However, it might feel that way if you don't receive like some console or some kind of comfort from some female, because that's what's important to men, right? To some women, like, it depends on what it is that is significant to you at the time.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. Women, in my opinion, like in society in some ways have been conditioned to feel as though like how you look is what is most significant, or how you look and people's response to how it is that you look is what like adds to your value, right? Because it makes her feel important because it adds to her value. Otherwise, why the fuck would we post? Why did I post the other day, right? Yeah. It adds to your value to
Which
see
is
somebody
what social media has become. Exactly. It has really fucked people up.
It's
mentally.
to affirm or confirm something that, so the reality is, like, I don't think it resonates with you. It's interesting because you go to a place of anger, and I feel, not anger, whatever. I'm going to have all the adjectives right now. But because I feel like with men, when they hear that shit, it's like, oh, so you want somebody to holler at you? You look at her like a cheater. And she ain't even do shit,
Not
in my
cheating,
opinion.
But it's like, it's inviting that.
But
that
men's
type of
reactions,
time
I
that
know.
when we out, a drunk dude is going to say something to you while you with me. And like, it's like you almost sending out an open invitation.
No,
and, yo,
that's the thing.
say shit to me while we out. Like, yo, nah,
But
man.
now, if you out
like,
with your girl and she's not getting no attention.
Nah, if
And
I'm out with my girl and I walk past and niggas don't look at her butt, then it's like, oh, fuck, you got a whack chick. But I don't expect niggas to be like, it's a level of respect, bro. Don't be saying shit to my niggas is definitely looking at Ayesha Curry's butt. There's no way.
Okay,
no,
so
I'm not buying that. That's what I'm saying. I
but
never
if I can
believe none
say-
of that shit.
if I can
Niggas
say-
are definitely looking at her butt when she's out.
If
Yes,
I can
she
say,
is. Yes,
if I
niggas
can
are.
say, so something that you said earlier, you also underestimate that people are probably intimidated, right?
Hell yeah.
So she's probably surrounded
I
by a
can't take
whole
Steph's
bunch of
girl.
people. People can't access her easily, so she's not
Yeah.
around.
That's the same thing.
Like, it's also
But
about
nigga,
who
I know
it is that
niggas
she's
looking at her
around.
butt. I
It's
don't-
different
I'm
if
sorry.
It's different if you are chilling at a mall, but she can't see nobody looking at her ass because she got all the security around her.
Nah, when she
On
walks
top
by,
of that,
you know,
on
niggas
top
is
of that,
getting a little
in that
look.
same show, she
If
said
that's what's important to her.
She said that one time it stood out to her how this woman came up to her and him, and she's like, I guess she's new, like she had the baby. It was new. She had the baby, and the woman was she said the woman kind of like just invaded her space, and she was looking, and she was like, "Oh, girl, don't trip. You signed up for this." And she's like, "Well, actually, no, I didn't." So it's like you got that, and I'm just saying she's at a point where she's been dealing with it for a long time, and he's getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and he's also looking younger and younger and younger.
And he might be cheating. Like, people also don't know what's going on, and like, it's not.
He probably
it's,
got some ass.
It's
on
almost
his
the
side.
inevitable that he's probably cheated.
yeah.
So like, that probably causes her to feel insecure as well.
I mean,
So, like,
even with that, I think it's fun. It's fucked up to say whatever you want, but like,
Or maybe he hasn't.
Or maybe he hasn't, right?
I don't
Well,
know.
you know?
I think it's crazy to even
Like-
think that Steph Curry doesn't have other women that he has sex with. I think it's crazy. It's fucked up.
man.
It's real.
Why?
It's real.
Come
I'm
on,
keeping it
come
real.
on, Reef.
I'm keeping it real. I'm gonna just keep
You know,
it real.
Reef,
I'm gonna just
I
tell the
appreciate
truth.
you keeping it real.
I'm gonna
I
tell
would
the
like
truth.
to believe.
Any of those men
Well, he
in that
goes hard to
category
hold
of
her
something,
up
man,
as a-
absolutely. And I don't think he has other relationships where he has, girlfriends and kids, illegitimate kids all over. But as far as having sex with other women, absolutely, I think Stephen Curry
Has he had
does.
sex with other women before they were together? Is what you're referring to?
No, bro. No,
I refuse
I
to-
don't think he lost his virginity to Ayesha Curry. I'm not saying that, but I think he absolutely was.
Well,
like,
actually,
I don't think no
heard
man in
he
that
went
position.
back for her, right? Apparently, the story is, he knew her from church.
Yeah.
And when he got his contract, he sought her out after getting his contract.
Oh, interesting.
So it was
not,
like he chose her. Essentially.
I just think, like, as far as us go, and this goes back to when you put up your post on Facebook. I just think for us as brothers, we need to really, sometimes we got to give like, when it's time for us to like unify and come to one accord on certain things. I think we should do that. Like, when you just stated that, I also read somebody put that up, like, well, he probably get mad ass or whatever, and but what if he's just a good dude? You know what I'm saying? A great father who hasn't stepped out.
I don't think
It would be nice.
I don't.
No,
I don't
but-
think the two are mutually exclusive. I think he
No.
could get mad ass and still be a good dude.
No, I think
Real shit.
I don't know. I just think it would go
I don't
against.
think it
I don't know. I'm
would.
just speaking from what I see as far as like how his family, is how they were raised according to that, right? Like how they were brought up throughout the church, and I don't think he would, do things like that. I don't know. He just seems like a really great guy.
I mean, yo.
But I mean,
MLK was
it's possible.
MLK,
But,
and MLK
yo,
was MLK.
word is what I'm saying. Like, I think, like, I don't know, and it goes back. Like, I don't want to go take it too crazy, but it's like
We already
I think
there.
men and women are
We
wired a
already
little
know
bit
where this is
differently.
going.
I don't think a man in Steph Curry's position having, a physical relationship, that maybe having sex with another woman means that he loves his wife any less. I don't think that means.
I feel what you're saying, but I think it was
for a man.
I guess essentially what I'm trying to articulate is that maybe
and some would say the same for a female too.
Exactly too, but I think
I think women are wired differently. Again, I don't think women just have sex with like anybody.
I think I think
it's more of a women need to come to more of a connection. So like a man could just have sex off just the physical. Like a woman needs to actually.
But a woman who was in that position could be the same.
Again,
way.
I'm not saying that it can't happen, but just to me, I don't think any one of those top athletes, top people in the world, ever are only having sex with one woman. Like it's crazy. I don't know.
Y'all know me. I'm always about it's possible, and I also think like maybe we need to give men the benefit
more credit.
More credit.
But
I feel like you can't see what you don't,
But
people don't know what they
like
can't see. What they say? What they haven't
yeah,
seen.
That's much like with
think,
anything, but at the same time, it's
you know
like,
anybody who hasn't who?
Well, like what's his name? He gets praised for being like. I feel like in the beginning he definitely was running and rampant.
Who?
LeBron.
Oh, of course he was.
Yo, man, listen.
In the beginning he was running and rampant.
He
still is, man.
He
still is.
I heard mad
probably
rumors.
still
in
is.
the beginning.
Hell yeah, man. Listen.
I don't know.
Can you guys easily identify a male in like your family circle, whatever, that you know, that you have known to have been faithful?
My brother. That's it.
Your brother gonna tell you?
Nah, keep it 1,000. I said that. I said when I gave the speech at my brother's wedding, I said I've never known a man better than my brother. Like that's most stand up, 1,000% won't lie. Like the most commendable. Like the only one I know. Real shit.
Would he tell you if he did?
Yeah, I absolutely would. Would I blow him over the radio? No, so I guess this ain't worth shit. But to keep shit totally 1,000, that's the only person.
That's dope.
The only person I would go to bat for.
He was
Any
like,
of
who I say
y'all
speak
motherfuckers, listen. That's it.
That's dope.
Yeah, my dad. You know what I'm saying? Like,
would your daddy tell you?
I mean, that's the whole thing. Like, I would believe so, and then two, like, it's possible.
My bad, Mr. McCray.
No, but and that's no, but not even. But that's the whole point in that. It's like kind of like what you were saying, Raine. Like, why can't we give black men the benefit of the doubt? So okay, we get it. Stephen Curry's an attractive man, and he's rich, and he's a really good basketball player. Why can't he be a faithful husband and a great dad at the same time?
Yeah,
I don't think that he can't be. I'm
no,
just
but I
saying,
just think like we automatically go to he got mad bitches. Like why
I struggle with
I
struggle with whether or not like monogamy is something that was supposed to be or something that was forced on us by society. I don't think if you were to go by your natural inklings, like there was no expectation from society or from the church of what you were supposed to do, absolutely no man will be monogamous. If you were to go with your natural instinct, like throw everything out the window, you're doing what absolutely you wanted to. You only doing that because, it will be fucked up because society says, they saying all that.
But I think a very small
more,
percentage of men. No, I'm saying I'm agreeing, but I think a very. I can't agree that absolutely no man would be.
I mean, there's people that's asexual or people that be virgins that don't. There's always exceptions to the rule, but I think overall, if you were to go by what you are naturally inclined to do, it wouldn't be like that. Like women, a man can reproduce. A man can make 10 babies in a day. A woman can only have one every 9 months. So they naturally
I
think
knew this conversation was going to go there again.
But what it really is like we all really animals. Like when you get down to it, we doing shit because our instincts are telling us it's something that are telling us.
Women think the same way about monogamy.
But they think about it in longer terms because they can only reproduce. Like you are programmed to reproduce, so you guys can only do it once every 9 months. So you're looking to have a smaller amount of partners when you do
reproduce. But it's not like a priority, especially not as a young woman.
No, I don't think. But I'm talking about even bigger than like I'm talking about like on an animalistic level. Like what your DNA is telling you to do.
Animalistic level, women are doing the same thing. On an animalistic level, women feel the same way. Is what I'm trying to say.
They don't want to be monogamous.
Yeah,
I agree, but I think you wouldn't want to have as many partners because hypothetically you
only
couldn't.
Because of societal, like what you're saying. But no, I think that women, I do agree, are wired a certain way. But that's, in my opinion, is because our organs are internal and yours are external. Absolutely. I always say that. So
plays into
I can accept why a man has mad seeds because you're just like
I can make 10
you're
in a
outside
day.
and you're poking.
That's
It's poking.
it,
Like,
yeah.
literally, that's what you're doing because you're built that way.
We are wired
we
differently.
cannot just let everything up in us like that.
And
but
that's what I'm saying.
some
Like I was saying about the
but
cheating.
monogamy. But on the same token, I do think that sometimes women wish, or I'm saying that they're also animals as well.
Yeah.
So I'm saying that women are not necessarily, I think they're trained
Absolutely.
to have this one partner for life.
Yeah, I agree.
But
I wasn't saying just
on-
men. I think people
Right.
overall,
On
you
the
wouldn't
surface,
go with that.
you
That's
want to talk
society.
to mad people.
That's
I think
society
the
putting
thing-
that on you.
I think that's the thing that I take issue with, this idea that, like, because I feel like we're wired, you're born male or female, and like your wiring has to do with trauma and culture. I don't
Absolutely.
think that, like, and I don't know what estrogen does to the brain.
No, but
and
there's certain things
testosterone does to the
that
brain,
being
but-
a man or a woman dictates. Like, I'm gonna
Yep.
have more testosterone because I'm a man. I have balls are producing different chemicals. It's
But
making
there's
you
some
a different kind of person.
There's
Like,
some females with like more testosterone, like makeup.
yeah,
in
more
it, but-
testosterone as compared to other women, but they're never gonna have a
Yes.
higher testosterone level than a male. Like it's just
Yes, and understood, but I guess I'm saying that to say that, like, I feel like it's, as a society, like, it was very easy for us to try and like peg things to like A or B, right?
Yeah.
No one wanted to explore the middle ground, and that's why we call people crazy.
Yeah, it's
right?
too much.
And like, so even with that, like, when we're speaking about wiring, we're speaking about like people either being like one thing or the other, and I think wiring is so much deeper than that, because I feel
True.
like everyone has a unique experience, which is why everyone has a unique experience, and it's based on like, being born male or female, and like what your brain makeup is. But then like the development of that brain is very much based off of like environment and encounters and things of that nature.
Yeah, I agree.
So I feel as though we've been conditioned to believe that males like should be like spreading shit all over the place. Like, if we conditioned women that way back in the day, like, we would have
we'd
been
be
in the same
fucked.
place.
Y'all
right?
being conservative is what saves us, really. But
So my thing is like, it's important for us not to get hung up on like wiring and recognize that we've all just been conditioned, period.
True.
And like people can exist on all parts of the gamut, because then we don't make room for the fact that there's difference. That's why even when you speak about like, I wish we can unify, it's nice to call for unification, but unification has to happen on so many different levels, because like we're all just different. Like our experiences are different, so it's not going to be easy to unify in that way. Yes, Ayesha Curry, like the shit that she was saying might not have resonated with like people who was on our timelines, but on her timeline, like those people
Of
understood.
course.
And I say that to say, like, as you say, there's levels to it, right?
Yeah.
But even with that, like, I think we underestimate what white supremacy and like patriarchy has done to like the conditioning of people, period, right? Just even like with the conditioning of men feeling as though like, even this idea of men being the breadwinners, so like it is that they could do what it is that they want to do. Like all of these things tell a story.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think we always want to see the story. And I think we always want to relegate it to some shit. But like, it's just the way society was. The reality is like, we believe in monogamy because society told us that like that's the way to
that's
go.
the church,
right?
That's the influence of the church.
Or but even the idea of the church in the Bible, I won't do it. I'm
That's where that
very
comes
much a
from.
believer in God. I just like have questions about like the who translated that shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
And like, and I think we don't, and we take those things for granted as well. Lord, I would never tell like my family to listen. It's not to this episode.
Nah, you gotta your truth, man. You
But
gotta-
like that, like, and for me, like that's real. Even just
But
on
that's
this
what you-
idea of like heterosexuality, homosexuality, like all of that shit. Like it's all conditioning, because the reality is the only argument that people had about homosexuality was this thing about like not reproducing, and people can reproduce, right?
yeah,
still.
we don't need that anymore
So,
for
like-
people, for the human race to carry on. So it's not. Yeah.
So it's like, what society do you want to create? Sorry, I just had to go there because like I don't necessarily believe that marriage is this idea of like, oh, you go to the altar, you get married, blah, 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 blah. That's a
Have
farce.
sex
It's
with
a
one person
fallacy.
for 70 years. I think that's crazy to even think. Like,
I don't know nobody
how?
who's been successful. They all cheated.
How could you like? I don't.
Some have been.
Nah, they are
some have
exceptions
been,
to
I
the
just
rules,
don't know.
but
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I know.
But are you supposed to go against what you want to do in your heart because of what society tells you? That shit drives me crazy. That shit
So that's
pisses
at the
me the
core.
fuck
I think
off.
that if
It's like I don't want to do that.
I guess we're going somewhere else with it. So I just think that if you're involving someone that cares about you, then it's just about you being forthright with what you want to do.
True. Yeah.
That's what it comes
Same
down to.
way,
Like you're
keeping
gonna
it
be with if you can't just be out here like fucking up people's lives, which is what men and women kind of like brag about at times. Like, it's always like a fuck with me and I'm gonna fuck up your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I hate that energy, yo.
and it's like, all right, like, and then we also joke about it on the receiving end, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fuck with him or fuck with her because I want to fuck my life up. You know what I'm saying? Like you downplay it on that, but listen to that.
Yeah.
What's being said. All I'm saying is that if that's how you're wired and that's how you feel, I'm a free spirit. I just feel like as I've gotten older and more mature, even like I learned this early. It's just about being forthright. So you can't like involve people in your shit if you're gonna be fucking sneaking and fucking up people's lives. Like it's people, everyone, like you pulling people in. You know what I'm saying? If someone's pulled in, like be forthright, be upfront. Like this is what I'm doing. Like I always used to tell my homegirls this and my homeboys because I seen it. It's like, especially my homeboys. I'd be like, yo, you do not have to lie, my guy. Because
now you do though.
hold up. But that's what you think. Hold up, that's what I'm about to say.
No, because half the time, if you're honest,
right? Because 9 times out of 10, a chick. This is jewelry right here. The chick will fuck with you. Chicks prefer
honesty.
right. It's probably like 2
Lord
out
have
of
mercy.
It's a fact. It's probably like
Kinda
2
lie.
out of 10. 2 out of 10 women are not with it. 2. It's just that men do not want to run the risk of
They'd be like,
of that,
dealing
of
with
you
somebody
being
else, yeah.
of that girl being one of the 2. But damn, like this is why you see the dude who got all of them is because he's been honest.
real,
Yo,
yeah.
I'm fucking her. This is what I'm doing. You want to fuck with me? This is what you gotta fuck with. And some chicks is like, okay.
Okay, yeah.
Facts.
no,
That's why Nas said,
100%
I don't
agree.
have no game. Bitches just understand my story. Once he said that, I used to say that to everybody. Like, I don't have no game.
Yeah.
Bitches just understand my story. understand my story.
If I could say, okay, and this is the last thing that I'll say about it, because you said since we're going there, the thing is, I didn't think anything like any of that was different, right? I feel like even the idea of like wanting to be married is like is being conditioned. I feel like
You don't even
Okay,
think
hear
that's
me out.
natural.
no, I feel like it's conditioning. I actually feel like humans are supposed, if they say that our one purpose here is to make the universe better for the next group, right? Don't get me wrong. I feel like family, connection, energies, love, expression, all of that shit is necessary, right? And I feel like relationships like form and are necessary too. I just feel like this idea of marriage keeps people stuck because that's what people aspire to. And then when they get there, they get disappointed because it's like, oh, what the fuck is next? When like the reality is, if you dug a little deeper and understand that, like, and sometimes I feel like I impose this thinking on people, on like my
It's
friends.
a different school of thought.
But as I'm coming into myself, this is, I feel like where I'm landing. But I feel as though like we were put on the earth to like advance the earth, right? Whatever the fuck that means to you, right? My job is to advance the lives of Black people, in my opinion, and to like help my immediate family out, like live the life that they want to live.
Exactly.
But for real, to advance the lives of Black people and subsequently people. But like Black people, like really, we really need it. People of color.
Yeah.
Don't get offended
Your
by people.
group, your own group, of course. I think that's.
People become stuck and they only become concerned with like advancing their personal lives or like people immediately around them, and we like waste so much talent, we waste so much brain energy, we waste so much knowledge because we're all stuck on what the fuck like someone told us we were supposed to be doing. Someone told you you're supposed to go to school, and someone told you you're supposed to get married, someone told you you're supposed to do all these things. What the fuck do you feel is that like what, like who are you, what is your life experience, and what did that tell you needed to do that? Like, so I don't know.
I
That's
will
just-
say that I do think that I never was that girl that was dreaming about getting married. So
Yeah.
it's that I do understand. I do feel you when you say conditioning, because I have friends like that. Like, there are women that dream about the picket fence and the husband and 2.5 kids in the car and 2 garages and all that.
A lot of them.
And you know what? When you were saying that, what I was thinking was like, I think marriage is not a bad thing if it's done correctly.
Agreed.
So if like, if it's not forced on you, if it's not something that you're aspiring to, I don't think that more women than men actually should be. I don't think that women should be aspiring to get married. Like, but they are as kids, because you're watching TV, you see certain things. But I think it's still somewhat organic for a woman to dream, to want that. Meaning, like, even though I don't think that, there are times it just never was a primary thing in my head. But there are times that I, want that, or I'm looking to that, you do realize that you have to grow with someone.
And
you're
like,
gonna be
and so even
not gonna
that's
be
the thing,
young,
right?
old,
Because
you know what I mean? Like, you want to grow with someone.
when people hear you say marriage, right? Most people don't think about the concept of you, like, I guess, like, committing to one person and committing to a way of life with one person, right? They think about a wedding and all of that shit that comes with it, right?
Yeah.
When you think about marriage, because, like, people are fucked up and mad surface.
That's why I said if it's done correctly.
Exactly, but I wanted to articulate that for, like, folks whose minds automatically went to, like, you being in a white dress, if that made any sense.
Which is what young women think they're dreaming about, because it's also marketed to young women.
Yeah, like that Disney princess shit. Like that. Remember that
Cinderella.
That shit was crazy. No, when they did all of them, all of them. Yo, they're only waiting for a man to come. Like I gotta watch it.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
that shit that came out a couple years ago. I forgot the name with the
okay.
Disney princess shit. Like
I
they
see
lined
it.
all of them. Like they're
Yep.
all just waiting for a man to come. Like what the
Yep.
fuck? We gotta. I'm
So
like,
it's
yo, my
starting
daughter's
from
never.
young.
So it's
Yeah,
waiting
they
for somebody.
programming that shit into you like
Little
crazy.
Mermaid was waiting on somebody.
I mean, waiting for a man.
Who?
Yeah, it was all of them.
Rapunzel,
Little
Mermaid.
Rapunzel,
That's
what I'm saying.
Snow
Cinderella.
Snow White,
all of
all of them. Like all of them, just waiting for a
Waiting
dude
for
to
the
come.
knight in shining armor.
Right.
That was all conditioning, right?
Right.
And that's the shit that we read. Like the fables that your parents might have read to you at nighttime, the shit that you was watching on Disney.
Absolutely. Subconsciously programming
Like,
you
look
and you're
at
not even realizing.
the people who, like, that was exposed to, and, like, in the shit and how it transcended. Even the idea of, like, whatever. It's all conditioning. What the fuck are you supposed to be doing?
And
in this
that's
world?
why
How about
I
that?
said I feel like if we were to go by natural, I wasn't even speaking just for men. I thought men and women. If you were to go by what your natural inclination would be to go through life, I think very few people would get married. It's the pressure from society.
Pretty much.
Like I don't think anybody wants to sign a contract to say they're gonna have sex with the same person for 60 years. Like.
If you reduce
shit,
it
I
to
don't
that.
know, like that.
I
It's
know,
certain
right?
shit, real shit. No, but I think because it's the rules of saying you're gonna be with one person, and like, why not be married with one person, but Steph Curry be able to have, a
But
chick in
see,
Portland or something that
again-
he just had sex with, but he
but
loves
again-
Aisha. He has his family. I love you for giving me my family and all that, but I
can't-
want
Marriage
to have
doesn't
sex
have
with
to-
other women every now and
Marriage
then.
is not
if you're gonna
particularly
be forthright,
universally defined, right?
Yeah.
This
Well,
is
Jada
what.
Pinkett and Will Smith, they're on that type
They be
of time.
swinging.
And who the hell ever, like, whatever it is that, like, even this idea of feeling as though, like, oh, you have to live in the same house with your spouse, right?
Oh my God, that
all
would
of
be
these
so
things are
dope.
are conditions.
Yo, leave me alone for a little bit.
He-
I
not
actually
want
know
to-
a married
Nah, I
couple
do.
who live in
To
two
be
separate.
around.
I want to get married, but
I
like
know a married couple who lives in two separate
That's lit.
homes.
That's lit.
This is a shout out to
Absence makes the heart grow fonder. You can never get sick of each other.
but I swear they had the
But
dopest
living-
setup. So my ex's mom and her husband, they live in two different places, and like they come into the same place over the weekend.
Shout to
And it's
them,
like,
yo.
but people naturally feel as though like you get married, then you get the house and all of those fun things. Like those aren't. It's not necessary.
That's dope.
So
I would
what
like
I'm
to know
saying
how
is
they
people
came
have to
to that.
define shit for themselves, and I felt like it might have been a matter of convenience for the time, and like it probably was a matter. It started off like what it was, but then it became like a matter of convenience for them, and it worked for them.
Because I don't want to be around
was like,
nobody
that's not-
every day.
Yo.
Like, I don't love nobody that much. Like none of my
Don't wanna-
friends, none
don't
of my
wanna be
family.
forced to pick
I
up
don't love
nobody's
no. Like I love all of y'all, but I don't want to be around y'all every day. Nobody in the world.
I don't
There's
mind being in the
nobody I
same
love
house,
that
but
much.
can we have two different rooms?
That every single day, not even that. Like I don't like, not even like mad or like this. I don't even want to see you. I don't want to talk to you
But
today.
it depends on what it is that you want with those people. But
Except for my kids, that's it.
And so family, right? What's also interesting is that
Wait,
That's different. My son is different. My son is different. I love you on a different. I love you more than myself.
I can.
I feel like he was saying
gotta
he would
understand,
want to live
I love
with
you
his
more
kid.
than myself. Yeah, I would want to live
Oh.
with my kid. That's the only person.
No,
Yeah, that's the only person I want to be with every day.
It kind of like
Because I love you more than me. Like there's no.
yeah,
like,
but
it's a
what about the
difference.
person who popped that out?
No, I'm good. It's kind of like I love the food, but you don't love the chef.
So-
Like, yo, this food is banging, but you don't go to the chef. Like, damn, yo, you the man. Like, all right, you did good, but it's the.
I want to that. I don't know about that.
Any advice? You cannot give me any
You love the
advice.
food more than the chef. Don't lie. You love the chef more than the food. No.
You don't know the chef.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Or
The
do
chef
you
is-
value the
That's a
chef?
poor analogy.
Nah, I play. Yeah, I play. But nah.
No, I think you
don't.
were serious on the other tip, like not with the. With,
As
with
serious
the,
as
with
I
the-
don't want to
with
see
the
you every
child.
day. Yeah.
So here's the thing.
Not my kid. Yeah, I want to see you
Of
every
course,
day.
the kid,
That's
but
it.
my whole thing is
My
like,
kid's mother, not really. I
I'm
don't
saying
like
if you're
nobody that
married
much.
to this person,
Yeah.
obviously you would already have thought about it, like, you know what, I want to spend the rest of my life with this person.
No, because
So
I
then
think
that
society
obviously is not
is
that
telling
deep.
you that this is what you have
I
to
think
do.
you lean into
That's
what
not
about
what I
when
want to
you're
do.
60 and you're going
Yeah.
through like
I don't-
growth pains and different things and having to go to doctors all the time.
If I
You
can't
want-
live
want to be
independently by
dolo?
myself, I don't even really want to be alive. That's fucked up to say,
Oh
but
my
I've said
God.
that before. Like, if I can't be independent and be good, then like, you know,
No, I mean,
if I do the thing to like 75, 80 and I'm good with that, then I'll be alright. Cause like I don't want to be decrepit and old. And
Not
have to
decrepit.
have life
Is
alert
this
and
because
shit. Oh, yeah,
because
but I know,
society
like-
told you that there's not like life with being that way?
Nah, I just don't want to be. Not independent. I don't want nobody wiping my ass, man. If I can't wipe my own ass and shit like that, I'm good. Like, I don't want to like golf. You know, I love life. I'm not
There's
one
a
of
ton of
those
80-year-olds
you
wiping
know,
their own ass,
crazy,
though.
but, like,
I know.
Nah, that's what I'm saying. But
No,
there's
he
a
wants
lot
to
of
be
them that's not.
independent, he
Yeah,
said.
like I want to be good. Like I don't
you
want to like
to
have
really
to go.
seek out a woman that wants
That's
exactly
what I'm
you
saying,
want.
and it's very
Because that's
weird.
gonna
Like,
be
I wanna go to therapy.
hard.
I don't think
you don't
I'm
even.
here.
You're
That's gonna be tough.
disconnected.
I'm
Yeah.
super. Like I don't. It's real hard. Like I never grew up with nobody, so like people being around, it's like it makes me.
It's different.
I get anxiety, and like women that think I'm cheating on them because like it's like nah, I just want to be by myself today. Like dead ass.
I
I just want to
got
come
that.
home
I
and
get
not like.
that. I don't
Women like,
wanna
oh,
be-
you with another like. Nah. And I went on to say with all that monogamy shit, but I'm not like doing no super crazy shit like that. Like I just want to be by myself a lot of the time.
That's real.
That's just my
Because
truth.
like I feel like most people like alone time, right?
Yeah.
Sidebar. You keep saying that, right? That's your truth.
Yeah.
So you get that concept.
Yeah.
Aisha Curry was speaking her truth.
True,
yo.
yeah, real shit.
Okay.
That's why I say you don't control how you feel.
No,
you just gotta
But
navigate
you
through
kind
it.
of said that it was staged, like not staged, but like you
No,
said,
no,
like,
it
was
could be
something-
possible, yeah, but I don't think like she would let something out the bag like that, unless maybe it was true and they discussed it and they was like, yo, that would be a dope point for you to bring up so the ladies could connect with you. But I don't think you could feel like that because your
It's hard
DMs
for
is
me
crazy.
sometimes that you gather the concept, but that your point of view is kind of opposing that.
Yeah, because I know because I'll
Because most dudes, where you can relate to what they were saying, because certain things you said, you
like I would be mad if Steph.
you're
if
taking
I was
it,
Steph,
you're
yeah, I would
taking
be, I
it
would
like
be mad.
offensive, but
I would be a little bit mad.
but how could you be mad at your wife for speaking her truth?
Real shit. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
That
You
was
could.
what-
I would be- but no,
Wait a second.
But that's only
McCray,
because you get it.
Both of
But
you,
again-
pause.
Nah, yeah.
Please give them a fucking round of
Nah,
applause for
yeah,
the way that
real shit. It's dope.
They just had a beautiful exchange.
You can't be mad. You can't be mad
They
at
just
how
had a
somebody
beautiful
feels.
exchange.
Like you can't.
There was a moment of enlightenment.
For real. Like you could, but and then again at the same time,
And-
can you be mad at
and
Steph
it
for
ended
being
off
mad?
bad.
Can you be mad at Steph for them being mad? Nah, because
Not
you're not in
mad.
control of how you feel. You just gotta navigate through it. It's like, damn, you feel like that. I might not love it, but fuck it. That's how you feel. All right, bet. Like you gotta go along with it.
Yeah,
like,
of
it's
course.
not-
Look at Reef seeing both
Bullshit.
sides.
You like, yeah, I always try because like you're not gonna.
No, you
people
know why
be
I'm
fucking
saying
everybody
that?
saying-
Yo, you don't, because he knows on my post. The post was I made. See, what I tend to do is I'll, you see it, right? I
Yeah.
address like maybe I'll address the topic,
Yeah.
and then I'll keep making posts based on what people are saying.
Yeah.
That's what the guys don't understand. They think that I'm trying to. They even think that I'm trying to like do this on purpose. Like I'm trying to like fuck with people. I'm not. My initial post was me based on me observing men and some women on my timeline bashing her. And so, unlike most, which I know for a fact, the night before, because people were talking about it, right? I watched the entire clip, which is a half an hour.
Yeah, I didn't see
it pulled me in. I read the article. See, this is what I'm trying to say. So this is where I'm different, where it's journalism, right? The article is what went viral, not the actual show. The article,
not as popular.
Right. Well, it's popular enough, but just that it was a round table and it didn't. If she was by herself, it may have went viral quicker.
AYESHA?
Yeah, because when all Jada Pinkett's that platform, which I think is Sidebar.
I've watched a few of them.
Me
Them
too.
shits is dope.
That's my point. But
dope.
they go viral when the guest is more popular.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So if she was by herself, but because it was a round table of the Curry women, it was not just AYESHA. It was his mother, his sister, and another, and the fiance of the brother.
Seth's
brother,
Seth's
right?
girl.
So it was all the
yeah.
Curry women, and then it's Jada, her mother, and her daughter, which I think is really dope, actually.
hell yeah.
And it this is what also makes her daughter smart, in my opinion, because your mom is allowing you, and you could tell she receives it. She's already, you know that their children are smart. It's just a sidebar, but to be that young and be able to sit amongst women of all ages and gather that knowledge hands like dead on, that is,
and appeals to that breadth of audience,
because she's learning at the same time. Even though sidebar, when I watched, she was annoying me because she kept saying, like, I guess because she just kept saying, if you hear it, if you play it, she's in the background like, yeah, I don't know, it was just fucking annoying me. I'm like, girl, shut up. She was ad-libbing like everything that AYESHA was saying, that they all were saying, but that's dope to me.
Yeah.
So
I
the
fuck
art,
with Will Kids. I fuck
right?
with them both. I ain't gonna lie.
That's fire, and I think that's why it's winning, is because it's genuine.
Yeah.
And so the article is what went viral, right? Because the article, of course, had a title that was like, AYESHA Curry says she needs attention from men.
Of course.
Right.
The
The clickbait title,
yeah,
right? So I read the article and I'm like, okay, this is not. And then, so of course, the article makes you watch the show. So you watch the show and you see the whole thing. And then, so from my standpoint, I'm like, oh, this is a round table of women. They're just voicing it. And they all felt comfortable. And this is what I try to say. I said in my blog, his mother at the end said, thank you for this. Mm-hmm. Because that's how women also feel. You want to be able to connect,
to share.
His
and
mom's
share.
probably went through the same shit with Dell.
But I'm saying she said that kind of for all of them, like, thank you, because this felt good. This felt good to share with other people, and also knowing that I'm being recorded so other women can relate. That's why it makes no sense how men are reacting to it. That's why it brings me back to what you're saying, where you're getting it,
because they be
but
like,
you can relate.
Yeah,
because
like,
they
you
be
could
like,
be mad,
she's
but you gotta
spreading
understand where
propaganda.
she's coming from.
She like she's encouraging everybody to
But
want
you
to
know what's so
attention now.
disheartening, though, which I know you're probably going to agree. What's disheartening, though, is that when he stood tall for her, which I don't feel like most men would have done. Men who understand marriage would have done that, but not most men would not. And based on the comments, you can tell. But what's disheartening is that all of the men who were bashing her saying that he had to do it. And I feel like you probably agree with
I feel
that.
like, no, you have to, no matter what. Even if you feel bad about it, you still got to come out and defend her, because that's still your wife. Like, even
I
you
don't
could
think
be
that
mad
most
about
men
it.
would have done that.
I don't know. I feel like you got to stand up. Like, and again, like, we have all of our arguments at home. We ain't gonna fight in the public. It ain't gonna be like we coming at each other from two. Whatever we gonna put. Yeah, I co-sign it. Whatever. Even if I'm mad about it, I'm never gonna let the public know about it. So, like, as that being your wife, you gotta hold her down. Like, that's non-negotiable.
Well,
no matter
I'm
what
saying,
she
what
says.
was this? I mean, that's something different. But
Yeah,
they
to
were
me.
saying that it's PR, that he doesn't really feel this way. And I disagree with that.
I don't think
you have to
gotta
go
be
to
down with
that
your wife
level of being
regardless.
fraud to stand by your wife to say exactly what he said.
Some of them went as far as saying that was the reason for his poor play during this playoff.
But you know what I
series.
was so happy about because I know that this is an incredible feat. And it's not, the average person doesn't do it. It shows his greatness. He was playing sucky in the first half, but that the fact that he got 33 and a half. When I found that out, that's why I made another post, like, because I seen so many posts like, in the first half, he's playing shitty. They started bashing her like it's AYESHA's fault.
it's
Typical, but that's why I
opportunity.
was so happy that he went above and beyond in the second half to get 33 in the second half, and to kill and to get Houston out of here.
He's-
So now what? Now it's also Aisha's fault, right? That he has. Come on, son.
He
like,
was playing bad before that shit even came out.
He
though. Like, the
was!
first 2
That's
games he was
not-
playing bad.
Don't
before
worry,
that
it's
shit
probably
even
those
came
same
out. Like,
people who's probably like, behind every great man is a great. Like, everybody just they do a lot. A lot of people are impulsive, and
the
all
internet
that shit
is
is
just
impulsive.
made for this. Like, if there's a stoning going
It's
on the
annoying,
internet,
though.
everybody
Of
gonna come
course.
grab one
it's
and
very
throw.
disheartening, though.
Of course.
If
But it
I was a
shows
woman
you
that was
people's
really
impulsive
like
reactions.
trying to I was hard pressed for a relationship, I would be very and I was, because I don't think most women are even in tune like that or go out the way to be in tune with how men really think. Like, it's all types of men responding on these posts, and I look at that like this is like a microcosm of what's going on in the world, right? Particularly with black men, and it's just like, damn. That's why I have my own stats. It might not be real, but out of that whole thing, it probably was like 10% or less than 10% that was on the type of time that you were on.
Yeah.
Where it was like a solid few men that were like, it's not that big of a deal, guys. You know what I'm saying? But the majority, like 80% of the men were like,
It was just
like
bugged to see the many different, not different, but
Another-
the common point of views of these men saying like she was like attention seeking and like she didn't know what she was talking about, things like that. So,
and some of
That's
it was,
crazy.
it's her being,
Are you
Yeah.
not literally seeking attention though?
But
you
under the-
literally said, I don't get it. Like, what's the definition of attention seeking? You literally said, I want more
is that-
attention.
But is that really the point?
but is that
No, but
seeking
no,
though?
it's-
But is that seeking though?
It
But is
I
that
don't
really
know.
the point?
What?
yeah.
I think because I don't think that was the point of the conversation. So why are we going back there?
I don't know. I'm just saying.
Because you're just trying to
it
you're just
ain't-
trying to cause problems.
You know
I
why? Because that's what I'm
It's-
trying to say. If
it's
she
like-
was on the show by herself, it would have went right away. Right away. It delayed because men heard what they wanted to hear, and it's because she's his wife. Once they heard, I know she said exactly this. I know it might sound weird, but he has all these
And
women
ain't nobody hear that, it might sound weird part, which is
Definitely, I
herself
heard.
calling herself
Yeah.
out, saying like,
calling herself out.
That wasn't planned. My
Bling,
bad.
bling.
My phone. I would never.
Yo, this episode has like
It's random shit.
Yo, Julie had to.
but I don't know. I mean, good dialogue though, but
Yeah, it's
off her,
weird.
yo. I'm just like,
I'm sorry if that really
but
messed
it
you
speaks
up.
about human. I don't.
bling bling,
I
sorry.
wonder if that's a deeper conversation or a deeper thing for like with human impulse, right? There's a lot of things that could be said about like even those people who are responding.
Yeah.
But I think about myself like in moments of like being a fucked up person. And
Yeah.
that's when I'm driving. Like that is when I'm the most fucked up person. And like the things the things that I say, I don't really mean,
Yes.
right? It's an impulsive response. So like I feel like these people are just impulsive and have too much fucking times on their too much time on their hands.
Yeah, the
to be
internet's
honest.
a nasty place.
The
Like, I don't
internet-
think people would say half the shit in real life that
If
they
they're not
say
doing
on
it for
the
business.
internet. Like,
You
it'd
know
be
what's
like,
crazy?
sidebar. I
Yeah,
should
nasty, yo.
just get at one guy in particular because I forgot.
Can I do it one time? Raine.
Yo,
Wait,
this guy.
wait. Damn, do I have it?
And I found this out today. I forgot, like, because this one guy in particular, right? Sometimes it's like dudes that I respect. You got it. I respect their overall.
Raine.
Why? Like,
I thought it was gonna be its
Something
own
me
rain
too.
print.
Yeah, I thought you
Sorry.
were about
Nah, I
to say,
didn't
oh,
have
you
it.
stepping
Sorry.
up.
Nah.
a lot of
Next week.
times I give like people more credit than they think I do, and so if I'm engaging, it's like, okay, I respect your point of view, because now I'm at a point where I really don't want to engage, even if it's a disagreement. I don't want to engage with people that like are not there to engage. They're there
it'd be
to
a lot
be.
of
It'd be a lot of whack shit, like, and we've had ours, so you know how I get, right? Especially when, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that, so this guy in particular, I think he's smart, right? And so even though I didn't realize that he's observing me and how I'm getting at, then that's not engagement. So this is where I'm owning it, right? I do have a problem sometimes when I know I go out my way to see both sides and when I'm not getting that reciprocity. That's why I get high five, because I'm like, all right, you actually see both sides. Most people, to me, do not see both sides.
That's
Nor
when
do
you
they
gotta
give.
stop engaging
They
with
stop
them.
engaged. That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying. I go out, like I pick and choose. You know, I'm not responding to everything. Plus, there's so many comments, and I'm just like, okay, you know. But most people do not go out their way to speak from, you know, to see both sides, right? Anyway, my point is, so he was someone that was adamant and, like, you know, bashing her, right? And saying that she was wrong. I didn't even think it was a wrong or right thing. That's the other thing. A lot of people were making it about a wrong or right thing. She's wrong. She's wrong. She's wrong? How can you be wrong to I mean, because I'm not someone that is, meaning like, they were making it about being public. So as a person in a relationship, there are certain things that I would not say publicly, but I deemed this for what it was on the surface. It was a round table amongst women. They kept saying she went public. She didn't go public. It was a conversation with women. It was aired for a show, and she felt comfortable enough to speak in that manner. Done. So she felt comfortable enough. Anyway, get to the point. This dude, right? He was going so hard. He started like, so sidebar, it was certain guys that I was like just cutting them off and not fucking with them. Like, shut up. You're not making no fucking sense, because I know that you're not. And they would come at me with where I felt disrespected. I think it's disrespectful to tell a woman that you can't have an opinion because you're single. I think that's sexist. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of men who were saying it are fucking single. You sound stupid, dude, because you're single. You cannot relate. It's what I'm trying to say. You're not even his peer. It's not about. And so they felt offended when I said, "Oh yeah, a lot of y'all are under his shoe, and you have so much to say." But under his shoes, not pockets. It's your fucking character, yo. You have piss poor character, and you're sitting here judging people that, you know, because you don't understand. When I was it got as if I was defending her, because I was just coming to say that I understand her. That's what I was saying. I think women, I don't have to be her to relate to her. You know what I'm saying?
Even to hear what the hell she's saying.
Right. So anyway, this dude kept going in, right? So he was getting at me, calling me all types of names, and I was actually eating it, because I was just like, okay. So then he got to a point of disrespect.
Said your mama.
No, I got disrespect.
Hey, not on Mother's Day. I know.
Damn.
No, you like, what are you doing? No more for you.
You got your own bar over there?
Wait.
That's the third.
That was very wrong.
It's okay.
I apologize.
Third nip.
No, I do go that route.
It's
Cool
only one.
niggas'
It's only
moms
one so
on
far.
nah. That's another level.
You know what?
Man.
No, I
Your
thought
mother-
about Heavenly, who's one of my favorite characters from Married to Medicine, and every time she wants to get somebody to shut up, she says your mama. Because people shut up.
I go that route when if a guy is like mad, disrespectful off rip, like calls me a bitch or something like that, like your mother, you know what I mean? But nah, he was just being disrespectful, and I'm saying that he was observing me throwing insults at other men, right? And so that's why I was like, why is he going so hard? Then he said something I don't remember, where I was just like, right, enough is enough, because now like I feel myself about to be disrespectful, and I really don't want to even give him my time, that energy to, like, you know what I mean? So I muted him, right, or snoozed him. That's the new feature on Facebook. You can snooze
Yeah, I be
them.
using that shit.
Right, like, yo, shut up. I don't want to hear you.
And it soothes people for a period of time.
30,
For 30
days.
days.
You don't see nothing that they right.
So this is how I know, and this is what I was
We're
trying
gonna
to say.
Facebook in a
I
minute.
can't get it out because now it's like so old. But it's like these men were saying that women were emotional, but your responses are emotional, right? So this dude, he didn't know that I snoozed him. He's on all my posts, and any post on other people's posts, he's following me. Like anything I said, he's like making comments and like, yeah, you know, she's fucking stupid or whatever. So
You was dick riding, son. That's dick riding.
That's too
son.
much.
OD.
That's
Yeah,
dick
shit
riding,
else to
son.
do.
Yeah, that's too
All
much.
Come on, son.
But this is the kicker.
Dude, come on.
You coming from this standpoint. So another woman today decided to stir the pot today when this topic finally was dying down. So she's going behind the comments and responding and getting at dudes, but very
He called his
respectfully.
sister up.
No, for on my side.
Oh, okay.
On the logical side, because that's what I was trying to say. A lot of the stuff was illogical. Anyway, my point is he was doing all this. So then I was like, I was proud of myself because I mastered ignoring, which is, you got to have the power to just ignore people. Like,
Line, man. Just
Like for real. Because if a person is leaving nonstop comments and you're getting nonstop notified, you gotta be after a while like, all right. So I was good because he was saying some wild shit. I'm like, all right, whatever. But then they come to find out this is why you're projecting, which is what she was saying. Like, why are you going? Like, you're projecting, you know, how you feel on. What is happening?
I promise you, I'm not doing that.
Get it off the screen. Maybe let me get this dumb story out. My point is that when I found out today, I forgot. So he was going so hard.
It's on mute.
To me, and I was like, yo, dude, that's why I made that post about when you try too hard to be hard, you look soft. You know what I'm saying? Because he was going so hard. I'm like, dude.
He probably looked
then
crazy.
come to find out. So she's telling him, she was like, yo, you're projecting. And I was like, I said, so funny because I seen him in the comments like, yo, bro, once I got shitted on by a chick, I changed how I dealt with women.
Exactly. You hurt, bro.
So that's what she was saying to him. But you know what? Come to find out, this is the same dude that two things. That in a battle, niggas took his wallet and went through his whole wallet.
During the battle?
During the battle. I'm like, oh, he let them.
So he is
you are fucking, this is why you going so hard, because you a bitch ass,
But he didn't do nothing to the men in the battle.
Whoa.
He didn't do shit to them. What's his name?
Yeah, niggas gotta look this up. This
What's his
shit is
name?
What's his name? Offline?
What's his name?
Wait,
Offline?
Here's another kicker.
offline, yeah.
Number 2,
I'm watching this shit
Twerk
tonight.
recorded his fucked his girl on camera and recorded it in the same week.
Yeah.
I didn't know, yo, if I
bad
knew
for
that,
him.
if I remembered that at that time, I would have shitted on him because today he pissed me off. I blocked him, right? Because he was so disrespectful. But I'm like, if I knew that, I'm like, yo, wonder you are a bitch ass nigga. Like, that's why you going so hard.
That's why he going so hard.
But when I said to him, I was like, dude, you said yourself in the comments this. He's like, no, I didn't say that. Because he was so rude today. He was like, I'm ignoring bullshit in her emotional ass, right? So I'm like, okay. Then he says, I'm emotional, but you're following me. You're still in my post commenting, right? But I'm emotional. Okay. Then he says, I have a girl that loves me, and I have a lot of women that I fuck with, so I don't give a fuck about you, right? So I'm like,
But he was
what
still
did I have to do?
on.
So I said, dude, you're going too hard to
rational.
be
Yeah, you
hard.
butthurt,
You
like-
looking mad soft right now. I didn't say, he said, you trying to say I mistreat women. I didn't say, yo, what's your problem? Then my boy tells me, yo, you do know that's the same dude. I forgot he got not only pocket check, dude.
Damn.
They went through your whole fucking wallet in the
And
battle.
But
Yo,
he let
bro,
them.
son.
But he let
But
them.
he let them.
And
But you
he's still
going
going in on you.
Going
Come
in
on,
on
man.
me. Guess what?
See?
Blocked.
Kill me, son.
He goes by Omega.
I gotta look this up.
As a
I'm
battle
sorry,
rapper.
bro. I gotta look this up, bro. Niggas went through the wallet. How is this not viral though? Like I feel like that's something that goes viral.
It happened a long
instantly.
time. It went viral.
Okay, because niggas.
It's
was
always
like,
But I
funny.
forgot. That's what I'm saying. If I knew
That's
that, I would have
crazy.
hit him with that.
But that's when you-
getting at me when niggas went through your wallet in the battle, like on camera,
What's in your wallet?
and your girl was fucked on camera, and that went viral too.
God bless.
But that's where it be coming from. Like, unfortunately, 90% of people that you deal with on the internet are butthurt from something that has totally nothing to do with you. You have no idea what it is, and they're projecting this shit on
And
this
that's their
situation.
outlet.
You mad at Ayesha Curry because whatever girl did something to you, or you got daddy issues and you bringing it onto this person, or you got mommy issues and you bringing it onto them, or like some dude did you wrong and you be like, all that shit is whack, yo.
That's
Like,
people in general, though. That's
yeah,
people that
that's
you
what-
encounter in general, and I feel like you encounter that more with like men versus women, because I feel like I've like any threats that I've received on the road, and that's where I would get any of my threats have been from men. I'd be like, come on, man.
I think
Like there was a guy who told me he was gonna body slam me. I was like, please do it.
I've never
Live
Yeah.
driving?
I tapped a man's bumper, right? Last year.
You have to have a disclaimer so people can know
Yeah.
that how you give it up on these streets.
So I'm an aggressive driver. And
Very
but
aggressive driver.
That morning, I
Very.
was actually late, and I was wrong because I was trying to notify someone that I was going to be late
I like
for a
how you're
parent
trying
meeting.
to tell a story so nice.
I was trying to notify someone that I was going to be late for a meeting. I was cutting in and out of traffic on what's the thing that leads you straight to the to the JFK airport, the belt, right? No, that's not the belt. Yeah, no,
From the Bronx? Whitestone?
after you get out the Triborough, Grand Central. That's what it's called. And either which way, like traffic slowed down too fast. I tapped his bumper, just a little tap, okay? It was just a little tap. My car got most of the damage. I got out the car because I knew I was wrong, and I said, I got Geico. I will, like, submit the claim right now, okay? His friend gets out of the car and starts making all this noise. You was driving fucking crazy, blah, 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 blah. I know. I have someplace to go. That's why. And this is why I'm saying, I'm going to, is this your car, sir? This is your car? Why am I talking to you?
Right.
And that bothered him. Oh, I'll body slam you on the, please do it, sir.
Body slam?
Please do it. Because I might not win today, but I will try my endeavoring best to fuck you up.
I will body slam.
I might not win today, but I will try. But what was the cause of that? He was a passenger.
Yeah.
It wasn't your car. I still have the text message in my phone from the actual driver who's saying, like, my bad, like, I don't know what got into my friend. Like,
Probably
because I got out the
girl,
car
man.
saying, like, damn, my bad, like, I was wrong. I tapped your car.
Yeah.
I'm with Geico. Here it goes. I was ready to submit the claim. All of that fun stuff. You don't even need to call police. But he got out and wanted to threaten me. What you threatening me for?
Right.
You were like 6 feet tall. Definitely taller than me. They were construction because all of them had construction shit on. What are you trying to fight me for?
Mad at
like
another
that day,
woman.
I was livid because like, and that's when I started carrying the bat in my car because I was like, oh, nobody's gonna threaten me again, and I'm not gonna be prepared.
Fuck
I'm
that.
gonna be ready to fuck some shit up.
Right.
But like, little old me. You know, and I would have told y'all if I was wrong because I know my mouth is reckless when I'm on the road. But this time, like, I know I was wrong. I got out the car. I said I was wrong. But because he saw how I was driving, he assumed who I was because I was driving aggressively. And, like, he felt as though he could have he should have come to me with that energy. He didn't like that I was educated, and I was fucking him up with words. And I was like, oh, so you don't know how to express yourself using words, so now you want to body slam me.
Yeah.
And, like, that, I think that's the shit that was pissing him off, either which way. Like,
Right.
my story of like, but he
People
wouldn't have done that
just-
shit if I was a man.
Right.
That's my thing. Like, people always try to check me because I'm a female, but try me one good time.
Well, I think it's like half and half.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, men feel the same way about women, right? So sometimes when women are overly aggressive, they'll be like, you're only doing that because I'm a dude. Like, you know I'm not going to hit you.
Sometimes that happens, yeah. Some people are just dumb.
That's
universally,
real.
Not man or woman.
But I was in a car, right? So my aggression happens in the confines of
No,
that car.
I feel the same way.
And like the passengers and me hear what's going on.
I'm sure you wasn't coming like you was about to physically do something
Nah.
to multiple men in a car. Like, I'll give
Well,
you
now
that
if she
benefit of the
stepped
doubt.
out
like,
with her insurance.
yeah,
like
I'm
here.
sure it didn't warrant.
But
that
yeah, you're right.
conduct.
People are just projecting what they're going through
That's
all
what
day.
most
That's
people
why they
do.
to
say
people that they feel as though
the
they can do
number
that shit
one
with.
agreement is to not take things personally.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's
It's
never
a hard
you.
thing to master, but
Yep.
not
It's never
take
you. It's something,
real.
some shit that happened yesterday or yesteryear or.
That's very true. But I like in terms of not taking things personally, I've actually grown. I feel like because like I will tell you, I'm nobody's fighter. I am not a fighter. I don't think I've ever gotten into a serious fight.
Well,
Sibling shit.
okay.
As a kid, I did though.
Yeah,
Not
okay.
as an adult, but I got into a lot of fights as a child.
One in high school with a boy.
Most of
Notwithstanding,
mine were boys.
really,
I was a tomboy.
Yeah. And I used to stay.
And I used to always
stay talking
defend.
shit.
The boys used to like be just beating up girls sometimes, and used to be like, "I'm gonna beat up my friend."
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Beating up girls, man, that's another level of.
As a
And
young
I don't
age,
go
right.
looking for fights, but like I feel like men, like they be, especially when they feel as though they can overpower you, they're ready on the road with their, well, it exists on both sides. I digress because I forgot you have evidence on the contrary.
Yes.
And I'm watching you look at
Yes.
me.
Because I'm looking at you with the really.
But
Oh,
what?
I got something for y'all too. Go ahead.
But I was just. Are we? We're good with the Ayesha Curry.
Yeah, I'm done.
We're off that. I'm off that. But I got something else for y'all.
Oh.
Let's want to go somewhere else.
Oh, I was just gonna actually talk about the NOME 9 card, and I was gonna throw out a suggestion. But go ahead.
Oh, let's do it. But this is just something real
Yeah,
quick.
do your thing.
I guess to see how y'all feel about it,
Guess the people want to hear it.
because a lot of dudes are saying that this is like, but that's some people did a survey or whatever, or what you call it? What's another word from a survey?
Oh,
Just saying that
Yeah.
men gossip.
Oh,
Men
I seen that.
participate in negative
Yeah. I
gossip
seen.
just as much as women.
Yeah, I seen that.
I think social media has definitely made it to where you
Wait.
can't say women do it more than men because it's it might be like talking sports back and forth. What is that? That's like Gossip. That's sports gossip.
No,
It's the
but
same
even,
shit.
like, talking
It
shit.
is,
It's not
bro.
really gossip.
It is, bro.
No,
This one's doing that. That one's doing this. This one's going back and forth. It's the same shit.
I don't think it's
You
gossip.
talking about shit that other people doing.
But you know, it's funny you said that because a
Well-
dude said this though. He said
trade.
that men gossip. No, this is common knowledge, but men have more important gossip.
Ain't no more important.
What the hell is more
That's-
important gossip?
His mindset is all fucked up.
I don't-
That's him not valuing the shit that women have to say. Like from the point that he said that. I wouldn't even listen to shit else he has to say.
Yeah, that's wild. I want,
Everyone knows this, but our gossip is more important.
Yeah.
though.
What you talking about?
What are you talking about?
Even if you talking about sports, you talking about other people fucking up other people. That's more important. Shut the fuck up. I said I was going to stop
think
cursing on
sports
this
is
platform,
not
too.
gossip.
yeah, I don't think that's gossip.
Gossip is he's fucking her, she's fucking him.
Yeah, and men do
They
do that a
fucking-
lot. I feel like men do
Men
like
tell
talk a lot
all-
of shit.
men
I feel like
kiss
they
and tell
gossip with
OD.
one another.
And that
That's
regard.
they're
some
like-
whole shit. I've never, ever done that. Like that's I don't know. Like,
But you know you got
dudes that do
you don't
shit
got
like that.
you got
That's some
friends
whole
that
shit.
like that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we
I
all
do.
have friends that
I
do
do.
that.
But social media shows that more. You said what?
No, I was just saying we all have friends that do that. And you started
Wait a second,
laughing.
because both of them was hardcore. Like, yeah, nah, we don't do that, right? There's like, yeah, we
Nah,
got
I got
yeah.
friends that real, yo.
Yeah,
Alright, y'all niggas, I love y'all niggas to death, but yo, some of y'all
Nah.
be doing that shit.
Chatty
like,
patty ass
I
nigga.
don't for
Nah.
real. I never open my mouth.
But I just think that's
Shit.
funny though. 'Cause it's funny that you mentioned like sports is kind of like gossip, which I think is a bit comical.
Yo, Skip Bayless and what's the name? It's just the man version of The View. It's the same shit. You're gonna sit around and we're gonna talk about Ben Roethlisberger today tweeted about he said bullshit, and then he's mad at this one because they gave him the team MVP, and then
That
he's
is
mad,
gossip.
and he's not coming back, and it's the same shit. It's just
particular
we talk
show.
about shit that goes on in the locker room of with this one tweeting this, that one doing that. It's fucking gossip, but it's sports gossip, whatever. But it's the same shit.
But even about like just random shit, right? I feel like men like to act like it, and I feel like again, it's about conditioning and. It's about conditioning and the shit that we see on TV, right? We always see women sitting around talking and shit. You don't see that on TV with men, so you don't feel as though that image exists. But I've been in rooms where men talk a whole rack more shit than females. They throw the conversation topic out there because they want to be messy, like because it's fun, like for them to be messy. They create issues of conversation, like so.
Yeah.
And like, of course, folks will
that's
say
why
like it's a
it's-
company that you keep, but like men, I feel like it's like.
But that's why I
it's-
said particularly, but you're right, negative gossip.
Yeah, we gotta
See,
define
women gossip. Women
What
gossip
is it?
about everything. We gossip, meaning like I'm not really a gossiper per se, but we'll talk about whatever, but good or bad. It's not always bad. But men, I feel like when they gossip, it's quote unquote bad, meaning like you're really telling someone else's shit. Gossip is when you're telling other people's business.
Okay.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I
what's
consider
the
it as like talking bad about someone and
Rumors,
you know,
rumors
yeah,
is gossip. Rumors.
So I just
So negative, like
Yeah,
good
only
shit
negative
can't
shit.
be
the
gossip.
survey
Yeah.
was really negative gossip.
If you talking about somebody else, not to that person,
that's
is
too
gossip.
much.
Right.
Is it though? You could be like, yo, you see son's grinding, like, yo, yeah, he's really doing his shit, bro. He's doing
Yeah,
whatever
but
right
most
now.
people
don't
that
talk
shit
that
is
way.
like- that's
Yeah.
I don't-
Most
I
people,
don't
when they
think
talk
that's
about people, they
gossip.
hating
That's
on
like-
people.
True.
That's
Or
positive.
trying to
Yeah,
find
man.
something to like pick on. And not to say that like people aren't out there talking about positive shit, but most people are talking about negative shit.
Yeah. You ain't lying.
Yeah.
I hate that shit.
You
bro.
see
Yeah,
it every
exactly.
day, though. Even with certain things that you post something positive, it's like womp womp. You post something negative, and everyone's like, "Hey,
Everybody
Well,
got
the
a comment.
news isn't like, well, this company hired thousands
Right,
of people
right,
today, and
right.
guess what?
It's
Like
human nature.
these people like were saved from bullets because like this guy had a change of heart. Like people ain't doing that shit on the news neither.
You ain't lying.
It's that's what I've said to people, and I feel like I need to do a study on this. But I feel like a baby's first word is no. In my opinion, particularly like black children, and I feel like it's because the world is so fucking negative, right? And so everything like we approach things with resistance. Everything is about like they say the brain is like set up to be defensive, right? But the world is conditioned so that people and people live in fear of judgment and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. It's difficult for me to connect the dots. I haven't written my thoughts about this yet, but
Take your time.
either which way, it connects to like the hate you give and things of that nature. I feel like we're just conditioned to like look at the negative first.
Yo, that blew me the fuck away because I reference like Tyler's just saying no all the time. Like I'll see somebody like you ever see somebody that just goes against everything you do
No.
just because they
And you
kind of got beef.
smack
And I'm
the
like,
shit out of
you're
them.
literally just a Tyler just saying no to everything. You want something to eat? No. You want to go? No. Like you're not like you're literally just doing that in adult form. Like, and I never made the correlation to say, yo, we're producing these kids that want to fucking say no all the time.
But what is it that we're
crazy.
doing, particularly like in communities of color, in my opinion? Because for me, right, I feel like my mom was teaching me discipline, but I feel like after a while, discipline became something else, right? I felt like discipline became like, no, you cannot contribute to this conversation because you're a child, right? But this was like based off of the assumption that I didn't have anything to contribute because I wasn't going to be able to understand what it was that you were talking about. Some things were not appropriate for me to contribute to naturally if y'all talking about like your friend shit. But like I might be able to contribute to other stuff. But I also feel like this is going to become conflated. But like especially like when you can consider slavery, parents wanted to protect like our black asses, right? So it was always like when I think about the things that I got beat for, whatever the case is, it was always about like it's very difficult for me to articulate, but I feel like particularly for people of color, because there's been such a like an effort to protect us as we've been growing up, we've also been faced with a lot of resistance. And I remember not being like a person to speak up in class when I got around white people because I questioned who I was because I didn't think, because there was something about my upbringing and that resistance that I remember that made me not feel comfortable about who I was and what I was doing. And I felt as though like that might have been my family's effort at making me disciplined and teaching me how to function in this world, because that's how we were conditioned from times of slavery, right? You bang them so they cannot do the things, and then our parents became to beat us, and now they call us yes or no. There's just like a lot that black people need to unearth about like who we are and like why it is that we do the things that we do, in my opinion, that I don't necessarily feel is bad, like all bad. I feel like there are lessons to be learned, right? Because I also know when I see when I was taking the train and I saw a white kid like rolling around on the train, I'm like, if you don't get there, get their ass, please, right? But what the benefit of that is to me, I don't know. But I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna say this: when you say that, a toddler saying no every time, I do agree that, it could just be what you said, but some of it is just because in their minds, this is what they want to do, and whatever's going on is preventing it. So it's like, that you tell them stop. No, because they
You're telling
want
them that a million times a
like
day,
in their head, they're like, but I want to bang the microphone right now. Why can't I?
But why is no the first thing? Like, why is no the most common thing?
Maybe that's
being-
the word
as
they
a
hear
baby,
most.
And they're also
you think
learning
so?
to do things.
I think
I actually
as a,
feel like it is.
They're also learning to do things, so obviously most of the time they're gonna pick up a fucking microphone and banging like no.
Say no.
So because
Yeah,
they're still
hearing that the
developing, they're
most.
still learning how to.
But
I think
so
that you're
and then
preventing them from doing what they want to do in their
then
mind.
why the fuck did we buy them the microphone in the first place?
Well, maybe
Sorry.
you're
You
a
don't-
rapper
it ain't the one you
and it
bought
just
them.
dropped it.
No.
You-
Hear me out, right?
They're not gonna touch the microphone you bought them. They're gonna touch the recording equipment
That
that
you
you have in
use.
the house.
Yeah.
That's just what babies do. Like
That took it to a different place, right? But I think the sentiment is that like there's a natural motion that child is trying to engage in, right? And there's something about that natural motion that we're stopping. Why I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
And I feel like there's something about that that's stifling to children, particularly like those of color. And I feel like the word no is used to kind of like to do that, but I don't know why. And I feel like it's like it's a bigger thing. It's like your mother getting you, I don't know. It's like I felt like I used to get toys and I used to be told like not to play with them. Like there's some times that I got toys and I was like I don't want to tell why you even bought them in the first damn place because there's never time for me to play with them. So like it was confusing as is, and this is not to tie, like this has nothing to do with my personal story, but there's just something about order and like it's difficult for me to articulate. And I feel like I'm conflating a lot of ideas in this one thing that I don't particularly feel like are disconnected, but it's not easy to understand because of how I'm explaining it. So it's just living in here right now. So I digress.
Okay. So we'll table that
Yeah.
combo. But to shift gears, I don't know about you, Raine, but I guess to shift this to battle rap, and then I would like to talk about the playoffs for a little bit.
Okay.
I'm excited about this NOME 9 card. I don't know how I feel about one particular battle, but yeah.
Sidebar. This is what I was talking. I was in the meeting earlier today, but it would be dope though. When is that event?
I think we're on the same page. So I think I'm about to suggest the same thing.
A party?
Yeah, like a UOP.
Yeah, but where?
let's
I
do
don't
it.
know.
Find a spot.
Yeah, we can find a spot.
My bad.
Sidebar.
Everyone
Fuck
to
you,
find
by the
this
way, Reef,
emoji?
for calling me Baby Shaq, Big
I
Shaq.
know.
Son, he don't
By
look
the
like
way.
Big Shaq. Yo, why I never realized this shit. I said, somebody played the video. I'm like, son, I be sitting in the room with Big Shaq all the time,
Fuck you,
yo.
by the way.
How was we? We went through that whole time doing the fucking show, and I never seen
Yeah.
that.
We did.
Damn,
Look like
son.
Shaq?
Man's not hot. No,
Man's not hot.
I gotta pull him up.
No,
Son,
can
you
we
look-
finish talking
son,
about the back?
Yo, I bet you're gonna look him up. He's gonna have on a blue hat that
Yeah.
looks exactly like that. I'm telling you.
I know that little
Like-
kid y'all talking about because the kids be listening to him. All
Man's
Yeah.
not hot,
Your
yo.
kids put me onto that song.
We went through the whole that whole thing, and I never realized the shit until after the fact. I was hurt when I found out he wasn't real. Like I thought he was a real rapper, dead ass. He don't got on the blue hat with it, right?
I
Yo,
know.
dead ass. I'm like, yo, how did I never fucking realize you, Big
Big
Shaq?
I would never wear a coat with a feather.
Inspiration team.
Not like that team.
Nah, you had to snorkel with the feathers. Don't
I did
lie.
not.
Well,
I did not.
how would
It used to tickle my
we?
neck. Pause.
Because she just gave us the like right face.
Yeah.
So how would we make the party happen?
We'll think of
yeah.
something. Think
On
of
the
something.
spot. We
I
get
know
some
a couple
liquor.
people. I've been wanting to like do that at some
Hell
point.
yeah.
Yeah, you can find
Find a spot, get
That's
some
the
liquor.
new wave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How much is the pay-per-view? Like
like 40, 50. I
40,
think.
yeah. Find a spot.
We
get
need
the
some
Find a
wings and
spot.
liquor, man.
Yeah,
in this
hell
spot.
yeah. That's
She's
it.
like, might have to crash your spot.
That's what, like, yo,
Cute.
we'll find
Cute.
a spot, yo.
I'll provide the.
I have to consult with my sister.
But nah, I'm really. Well, we got time. But I'm really excited for. I'm not sure about one battle, but so far the main one is actually Aver versus Loaded Lux. I think that's the one that everybody's
Who you
excited
got?
about. I'm not gonna hold you. What was last Loaded Lux battle? What was his last battle?
Where are you looking at that?
I'm just looking at it on images. I just
Oh, images. Okay.
What was his last battle?
Shit. Was it the, it wasn't Hollow.
Was it? No, it wasn't Hollow. Was it Hollow?
No, he
Loaded
battled
Lux last
somebody after
battle.
that. He battled somebody after that. Because I think they referenced Hollow, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Hollow was
He
like a couple
battled
years
Clips.
ago.
Clips was
It was
battle.
Clips, right?
Clips.
Clips.
But that was a
minute.
a year and a half, something like that, too.
But
I think he thought he was gonna, cause remember there was a like 6 month to a year period where Lux was like, you know, I thought he was about the Super Bowl when he came out with the suit the first time. Who was that against?
against Calico.
Was that against Calico?
When he
I
came,
think?
that was like after years.
Yeah, but that was when he was at the precipice of like I think he was about to blow through, and I don't think it really panned out the way he thought it was gonna happen. And now that's why I think it affected his battle career. Cause since then he hasn't really been. How many battles does he have since then?
I don't think he's on the same time as many other battle rappers. He's one of those battle rappers like it has to be worth his while.
Because I think he was about to super pop. Like, I'm not going to lie. I thought Lux was about to fucking pop, bro. And I'm
On
not,
the
I'm not taking
battle?
no shots now. I'm talking about, like, even
As an
outside
artist?
of that. Yeah, like, I thought his shit was about to pop. Like, his star was on the rise. Like, and I'm not even trying to play him. Like, I really, like, I was like, yo, the way he shut the shit down, like, he's becoming his own entity. Like, he's about, I thought albums and, like, all of that shit, you know. But I don't think it necessarily panned out that way.
I mean, he came out with a nice body of work, Beloved. On the second one, I really enjoyed
Yeah,
that
nah.
one. It
Not to
was
say,
poppin'.
I think his pen is elite.
Yeah, it's
nobody
definitely
can fuck
elite.
with his rapping. Like, but I thought, you know, success wise, it was gonna.
So, 2-1, Verb.
What?
Again, I think it's this shit
You
of
want to
like
bet, yo?
now who raps better? Lux absolutely raps better, but battling, like,
You feel what I'm saying?
I don't know.
We all know that
Of
Loaded
course,
Lux is a better rapper.
Period.
I will say this though, the way Verb and watching him battle Mook, I feel like he's always gonna come with the shits. But I also think it's a difficult battle to actually judge because are you judging it based off of, you know, the crowd or you're judging it based off the bars? It's hard. I can't watch it. It's different from being there. You've obviously been to battle events, so it's kind of hard to like judge it being there and then watching it on like YouTube. Like a lot of people say that like, oh, you know, you judge the room or you judge it by
You're
the.
saying that you can't judge it.
Yeah, it's hard. For this particular battle, it will be difficult because how do I say it? Like, for example, when he battled Murder Mook, in the room, everybody thought what? when he battled Aver, when he battled Murder Mook, everybody thought he won.
That Mook
I
was
did
the
not,
room,
though.
right?
I
I
don't
thought
know.
the room
The room
Mook
thought
won, right?
no,
And
the room
crowd.
no, the room thought, or excuse me, the crowd thought Verb.
Yeah, I mean the crowd
Verb.
thought Verb won, but when you listen back on
Yeah.
the words, everybody thought Mook won.
So I'm afraid. I guess here's what I'm trying to say. Essentially, I'm afraid that a lot of people are gonna go root for Verb no matter what he says, based off of his prior battle.
So you're saying him 2-1 based on that?
I'm saying 2-1 as far as that, but I do think he's gonna come with some really good material. I mean, that's what I'm thinking.
Better than Lux?
Because it's hard. I mean, I haven't heard from Lux in a minute, and I wasn't too crazy about his last battle with Charlie Clips, honestly.
Who'd you give it to?
I watched it twice. The first time I gave it to Charlie, second time Loaded. But then I wasn't a fan of the papers thing. I wasn't a fan of that. Like I felt that's what lost it for me.
Did you see the interview with Charlie Clips?
Yeah, I seen your
when he
interview.
talked about
Yeah.
that?
So it was just corny to me. And then hearing that, that's what makes it super whack for me.
I'm surprised more people don't share that sentiment that it was corny for him to bring out.
Because you nice. You don't need that.
He didn't need that.
You don't need that. So that's why it's just like, I don't know. That's why I'm willing to give it to Verb. If he comes with the whole gimmick shit, I don't know, man. Like sometimes I just want him to go back to like, the hoodie Loaded. Like not all that.
What are the metrics?
So,
Metrics are necessary.
No. You're absolutely right. That's why I feel like when you judge in battle rap, when you bet, it's kind of like what are you measuring up against the
No, but
reactions
I mean, same
or
thing with
the
like
consensus.
Same thing with Good Cast. When you watch, have you seen it yet?
No,
Okay, hey,
my
You
guy,
find it on
my guy, he's been
YouTube
fucking
yet?
up, man.
Yeah,
I have to. Well, the same thing. I feel like I would be honest, like meaning like to me live. I think it's pretty easy to determine who wins something live, and the metrics are people try to like discredit the crowd, but the crowd does matter.
It's gonna be in
But I
Texas.
also
It's gonna
It's
wonder
not
about, like-
everything. It's not everything.
Not everything, but it's a
crowd
factor.
actually
It's a
means
factor.
something.
Houston is gonna be whack. I'm sorry.
Because the
Think so?
one battle
It was
rap
whack
event that
last
I
time.
attended, I felt like a whole ton of people came with the J Mills.
Crew.
Okay.
Yeah.
J-Mill. You got
Right?
it.
So if all his people came up in there
True.
and they're like a
True.
whole ton of them made up the crowd, then he could have said
But it's
some
not
whack
enough
shit.
to make up the crowd, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you're right. A lot of people came with him, but it's not enough to like. He doesn't mean like he might have had 5 to 10 people with him that's on stage, but it's still like 150 people there.
Yeah, so you can't. Yo, I think somebody needs to do almost like a HBO boxing type shit during the event, like pre-event. Get an interview with both the fucking competitors.
They do that on the
Get an
pay-per-view, though.
interview.
They
Oh,
do.
okay, I ain't see because I never seen those. Like get
Yeah.
people from the crowd afterwards. Yo, what you think?
They don't do the crowd, but they definitely do like they have Jay Black is like interviewing.
Okay,
even
yeah,
grabbing
yeah,
the
yeah.
battlers as they're coming off.
Yeah, it
talking
should,
to them.
definitely. They
I
need to
think
get the crowd.
You talking about like do it like the Letterman card, like okay, who you got going to take winning the first round?
Yeah,
Oh.
definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
shit
based
like
off of
that.
what? Imagine
do
if
that.
they,
moment.
they do the whole metric like,
Okay, I didn't
On the
even-
pay per view though.
but on the pay per view they say like the first round they gave it to so and so because he did deliver.
I
this
guess
and
it would
this
be
and
hard
this.
to do that because there's no
Like, hold
break
up the
in
cards,
between the
1,
rounds.
2.
Like when the fighters are sitting down, they give them opportunity.
I
to
think
say,
it should be
"Oh,
though, because
but I
maybe
think that would be
that
dope."
could contribute to less
That's what I'm
choking.
trying to tell y'all because
Yo,
you'll be doing
word.
bootlegs.
Okay,
know-
yeah. It's not, yeah, I mean, real shit, yeah.
That don't mean nothing.
But
So
the
when
shits
people
when I
like
be
that-
watching
Go
them on
ahead,
YouTube,
Raine.
they don't be having that. They need to put that
It's
out.
only
Like,
included in the pay per view.
okay, yeah,
They
yeah.
also
well,
have
they
to-
gotta do that
VOD.
afterwards.
They got to
like,
do something about
so you know what?
developing the
I'll have a
culture
better
around it some
critique
more.
after I watch the pay per view.
Cause yeah, that'll be. I want to hear that. That means
Yeah,
something.
but I also think
I
they
think
should
for
do that
this
too.
one, if we are gonna watch it live, what's the date?
June. I gotta find the date. Let me check the calendar. But go
Is
ahead.
that
You were
showing
saying?
on the card right there?
Nah, it's not. It just says
Oh.
June 8th. Let me check it out.
So the metrics would be the metrics would be the
Oh, that's a Saturday.
June 8th.
Yeah, June 8th is a
Oh,
Saturday.
it's coming up. So yeah, you would. I'm not saying it's like to the T of what you guys. I'm just saying that there is like it's commentators, like it's it's someone that's talking about the battle afterwards, or even like how in boxing is like saying what they're looking forward to,
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that is going on.
Jay Black is too much, by the way.
What do you mean?
I can't get jiggy with him sometimes. Like he's just, I feel like he tries to overdo the whole first take shit, like trying to be like Stephen A.
I feel you.
You can just tell it's not authentic.
I feel you.
It's just too much.
You don't think it's authentic?
I
I
definitely think it's
authentic.
Comparison. I mean, I guess we would, because watching Stephen A. Smith, you watch Stephen A. Smith, you can just say that's just
who he is.
That's just who he is. Jay Black is like, dude, like you, that's extra. We've seen this. That's not you. Well, that's just me. You should do it.
You entitled to.
Why do you feel like it's not him?
I just feel like it's just over dragging the whole concept of the whole championship.
When he's very excited about it?
Yeah, and it's like it's over the top. It's like it's not. You can just tell. Like when Stephen A. is tired of hearing Max Kellerman talk or whoever, this is preposterous. Like you can just tell. That's just that's his character. That's who he is as a whatever debater. But with him, it's just like he tries to overdo it, and it just comes off as annoying. And it's not particularly something, because I normally like watching.
It comes off as annoying.
But sometimes that may be good, because as a host or as an entertainment figure,
I mean, that's
you
cool.
need people to pick a side. You don't want anybody to feel indifferent. If a character can make you hate them, then that kind of wins. Like Stephen A. Smith has rode people hating him to the biggest contract in ESPN history.
But
like,
see,
so he won. Like
but
he's making you feel emotion. That's all it is, whether good or bad.
But the difference is people still tune in whether they hate him or dislike him.
Oh, so you saying you hate? It's
I
to
don't
the point
hate.
where
No,
you
I don't
wanna-
hate. No, I don't hate. I just.
I mean,
it's
but
just-
it's to the point where
You
it's
feel me?
deterring
It's
you
not
from
letting
watching.
him
Okay.
watch.
Yeah, it's just
That's
I
a
can't watch
problem.
it.
That
I've
is a
never
problem.
heard that opinion though.
Yeah, I can't watch it. Like it was more. I realized it was one particular show that I watched. It was when, may he rest in peace, Tech Nine was on there. I fuck with Tech Nine because he was just calm, cool, collected, and he turned up when he needed to. He was passionate about it, and you can tell. Okay, this, you know what I'm saying? You can tell he was in it.
Okay.
And also, I feel like because he's a battle rapper and he gets it, so that's why you can also, you know what I'm saying? But
You don't think him as an analyst, like he gets it? One thing I did like about Tech though is that he created that term "stopping the microwave," meaning like a battle could be on, and he'll be like, "I'm not stopping the microwave for this." Meaning like it's not entertaining.
it's not entertaining.
Because you wouldn't, like, you would stop the. I guess you would stop the microwave. You know, like
When you don't
my
want the
food
milk to
could
spill
wait,
over.
right?
I like that.
My food could wait because
I
this is
definitely
so fire.
wouldn't stop the microwave for Jay Black and his commentary.
Really?
I wouldn't.
Oh wow! Okay.
I wouldn't. I'm
The
good.
views of this podcast.
So he
is
adds
not
no
reflect-
value to.
Oh, I'm sorry, the views, you know what I'm saying? Which is fine.
Raine.
Everybody, you know what I'm saying, even with, you know what I'm saying, this show, like, you know, I'm just
saying that 'cause
everybody has their different.
They kind of make a competition sometimes with
Yeah.
me and him, so I don't want to be like I'm
Oh,
endorsing
no.
this.
Oh, no, not at all, which is cool.
know?
I can dig it, but it's just, and it was also weird watching the face-offs, like prior with the URL face-offs again. It was just like, all right, it's just over. I just think battle rap can do so much better. I think they're in a good space because there's people, you know, they're being exposed to, you know, the mainstream. They're on ESPN, FS1, like they're up there. So,
And that's the 8th, right?
that's the 8th,
That's
June
the
8th.
8th. All right, so we got to get the spot. Anybody listening, if you got some ideas, you want to cook, you want to come and be a part of it, we could do that shit easy.
Yeah.
Get the money, find a spot. I'll link up, ask some people, whatever. We do that shit, and you know,
Yeah.
get it going like that.
I got Averb 2-1 asterisk, meaning
We can
like
do
it's
double or
subject
nothing
to
because
change.
you haven't watched the other battle.
I gotta watch.
So
Cassidy?
You still waiting
Even-
for
I
it
had-
to show up on YouTube?
even though he clearly lost,
I gotta watch. I can't wait till I gotta watch.
I
I'm
haven't
gonna
even watched it, and I feel like he had to lose.
Nah.
Everybody. It's only like
Side-
a very small percentage.
Sidebar. I mean, Cass. What was the update on that? Did you get any traction? Did he reach out to you? Anything with your commentary?
oh no, I didn't. I should have followed. I didn't follow up. Meaning like I
Yeah.
didn't. He just kind of liked. Like he liked.
Yeah, he liked
and
the
he
video
followed,
and
but,
he followed.
I don't know if he unfollowed. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shout out to Cassidy.
Shout out to Cassidy.
Keeping it real,
But
you
you know why he's on it? He just dropped a new single. Bars is back. He dropped the disc record, but then he dropped a single
Oh shit.
called Bars is back.
Even dropping the diss record made me feel like you lost. Because if you dropping the record, you wouldn't drop the record if you won. Like,
True,
I ain't
but as
even
an
watch it.
artist though, I feel like what he's doing is showing like keep the conversation
Struck while
going.
iron's hot. Yeah, but you would just drop a song. I would have dropped a song. Like, yo, I'm
Not
dropping
a diss,
Not a
right?
diss. If I'm dropping a diss, it's like I gotta retaliate. I won. You, if you win a war, you ain't gonna go then bomb the country the next day. I won.
If
Like,
I
like,
get
no,
to,
that
if
energy.
I get to
energy,
interview
though.
him, I'm definitely bringing that up because he actually said in the interview that he understand why battle rappers don't do diss records if they lose a battle. So you're basically conceding to a loss.
Bruh, like you wouldn't go bomb on somebody that you just beat. Like, would you?
I don't think he's conceding to a loss. I think it's kind of dope.
Yeah,
keeping
because,
the
like,
energy
exactly.
outside. I think it's
It's
dope.
keeping the energy, but you don't need to
Or
do
it's
a
like
diss record if you won.
going, or at least like endorsing yourself again and saying like I didn't really
Yeah.
win. It was just I didn't lose. It was a bad day.
Yeah, something like I don't know, man.
That's
I like
a
it.
loss.
Conceded to a loss.
No, I
Take it from
didn't.
us.
Saying,
Damn, I'm watch
you
that
wouldn't.
back.
I didn't listen to it again, but from the outside looking in, it looks like you lost, bro. And I was on here saying I think Cass is gonna win. I couldn't pick nobody
So-
against him, but
Who you got? Averb.
I got Lux.
You got Lux?
I
2-3 body 2-1 or 2-1, or is
If
it
you're gonna take
a close
bet,
body?
are we doing a bet, yo? Because you like.
I think I learned from the first one. I'm not going to bet, even though I didn't see the Cassidy battle, but I'm not going to bet.
Because I've had to pay homeboy. Like I remember I bet both sides. Sidebar, I probably can't say this, but I feel like that would be, I don't know how to create like a betting.
FanDuel.
because nobody's gonna,
Battle rap.
nobody's gonna
I
concede.
Nobody's
mean,
gonna concede
how?
It's a matter of opinion.
No, they do. They bet all the time on battles. I'm saying,
Really?
I'm saying how to create like a betting.
Again, you got to
Ring.
do it like boxing. It has to
How?
be like an official scorekeepers. Like, it got to be people there.
How many
that
oohs?
officially? Yeah, nah. You
Like-
got to have, but then there's going to be, it's pressure. People are
Yeah.
going to be with this person and this judge and
Yeah.
that. Like, you got to have maybe like a
You gotta have, like
sanctioned
you said,
group of people
Q,
to be
like a metric, like
maybe
what we
anonymous
basing off of.
judges. So there's no like correlation to, you feel like you
Nah,
got to.
niggas know if you
Then they be
lost.
saying the same-
yo.
we're
saying
Case
two
in
different
point,
things.
like
I feel you, I feel you.
if I was to bet on, it's about being honest too. Like if I was to bet on, Bill Collector versus Hitman, that battle is extremely debatable. So that would be a draw.
It's hard, yeah.
No one would win.
But I think like Mook versus Verb, even though I think Mook won,
I wouldn't have
could,
paid on
I
that.
could see somebody. I could see somebody being like, "Nah,
That's
Verb
a
won.
draw.
Verb won." It's like
I would have
fuck.
been tight
But
if
I
you
don't
would've
think
bet.
so.
I'm like, where my money
to
at?
me, in my heart, I don't think you can say that fucking like it's a draw. Mook fucking won. But somebody saying that Verb won, I could
No.
I could kind
Raine
of like,
coming
I'm
to the
saying
spot.
a draw meaning that it's debatable.
It's
So
a draw.
you
Ain't
can't
nobody-
pay
yeah.
on it.
I
Because
could agree.
with me, I feel like I'm very honest. In that battle, I don't care what anyone was saying. Mook was better to
think
me.
so.
Verb did not have better material. I feel like, but I conceded that the culture crowned him the winner, even though I don't agree.
Nah, ain't no draw, B.
No, debatable
Sometimes it
battles.
gotta
If it was
be,
debatable.
I mean, then I don't know. Then this nah.
Like if this battle, right? If it comes out where it's like, yo, we really can't tell because they both were like it's a draw.
Nah, they gotta be like a deciding factor.
I guess in the Verb versus Mook, if you bet on Mook, you would have to pay because the culture crowned him.
There's no way I could pay. There's no way I could pay that if I like. There's no way. Like in a situation like that, I would be tight. I couldn't pay. Like and I don't want to ask bet, but like, there's no way.
I ain't
I
putting
ain't
up no
betting.
money until I
I'm
know
not
what the
betting.
metrics are.
Yeah, I'm with you on that
Well,
one
you
too.
giving me some work because maybe it's on us to create the metrics.
Shit, it mean a lot.
I mean,
of
there are
money.
metrics
UOP.
though,
A lot
like
of money.
crowd response.
Yeah,
You can. I mean, I've broke down battles before, and I base it based on punches, and points. I give points for haymakers, freestyle. Like if a rebuttal is an automatic point or a half a point because that gives you that's extra. That's off the top.
Because you just said about
Right,
that
you
shit.
get points. So there's a bunch of
Not unless I
metrics.
knew what they was going to go in on me about, well, whatever.
No, if you had
Everybody came prepared.
if you had the umph to say it,
Yeah,
you
if
get
you had
points.
the wherewithal to
If
come
that-
up with that
if-
before, then,
especially if it
yeah.
lands, that's a point.
Point taken.
I'm the type of nigga that'll set you up. I'll wear something or do something purposely and
And
bait
then
you
come back
into it and then
afterward.
have- you know what I'm saying? I'm not, but I don't know if you're thinking that.
So
But
the-
see, now that
time.
battle, if it was a
Oh.
draw, we would have to break it down, and then based on a breakdown, then whoever bet, you would have to say that okay, he got all these points,
yeah.
he lost.
And even with your betting thing, if it's a draw, then everybody gets back their money.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was
Yeah,
thinking about what the outcome
Right.
would be.
You get their money.
I agree. Oh, yo, well, real quick. This week I went on Courtney's Corner. It's a television show. It's a real dude, brother. I've been watching a bunch of his episodes. He touches on like a lot of dope issues that are hitting our community. He has snitching. He had 2 teachers on there from Brooklyn Lab. on there discussing about just snitching culture and how it's ingrained in the kids and whatever. Women's rights, mental health. I was talking about millennials' disinterest in the church. This past week, it was real dope. I think the episode's gonna come out this coming week. I told him he definitely got to come on the show and promote his shit. So definitely shout to Courtney's Corner. And June 7th, I'm actually gonna be doing the Oh Snap 4 poetry event. I think a couple of y'all follow Dizzy Brown. Dizzy be tearing the city up. Like, he's always doing events. He's doing a bunch of them. I've been to a bunch of his events. The dude, we did the wheelchair basketball joint for. Yeah, like, he was already years in at that point. That was a couple years ago. Like, he been tearing it up. So, Oh Snap, Poetry 4. It's a spoken word event. It's mad.
When is that?
It's going to be there. It's June 7th. It's June 7th.
Oh, June.
Yeah, that's Friday.
June about to be lit.
7th.
Yeah,
I know, right?
that's-
June 7th, June 8th, 2 events back to back. Let me find
What's
out.
your told me about that?
Yeah. So it's gonna be I'm gonna be featured on it. Carnegie Kids gonna be there. So y'all definitely come out. Anybody who's a fan of the show, I got something real special for that event. It's gonna be a bunch of people there. I think there's gonna be somebody from BET there. There's gonna be some MTV people there. Like, it's a dope opportunity to network. So if y'all wanna come out, y'all wanna see some real dope artists and some good performances, come out. There's gonna be some drinks, gonna be some vendors there. So we got a little bit of merch. So y'all come out. June 7th, 154 Utica Avenue. It's at Creative Square Studio, Brooklyn. So again, 154 Utica Avenue, June 7th.
We definitely need you to give us a reminder on the group chat.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna definitely send it out. I'm gonna put it on my page.
But
I'm
that
bad
sounds
with
good.
promoting shit, but I'm gonna definitely send it out. Anybody who's a fan of the show, June 7th, come through to Brooklyn. It's gonna be dope. Buy out a couple drinks. Come through.
Let me find out we gonna meet up back to back on a weekend.
Yo, that'll be fire, yo. And we're gonna get the spot for
Wait
the
a
first
second.
prize. What?
You said, wait a second.
Oh yeah, I'm just. This is what I do when I sit back and I look at the text messages. This is what I be doing.
What?
That's
me?
pretty much what you be doing.
Bruh.
But the rest of the real quick though, the rest of the card.
But it's shade. No, this is shade from my end to you guys.
No, we know that.
Okay.
We knew that.
I was like,
already.
what do you mean? I don't be responding, but I be paying attention.
But the rest of the card for NOME 9 is Sue Surf versus Geechee Gotti, which is gonna be a dope one.
Yeah, Sue, one of my favorite. I fucks with him.
Shotgun Suge versus Passy. I think that's my
sidebar,
most.
We can put Sue Surf. He got caught. He got arrested again.
You lying. When?
Like just now.
Yeah, this shit I had to cause
What?
They released it this past couple of days, but
I ain't even hear nothing about it.
he's probably gonna have to sit for a while. They don't know.
So-
I heard he's
What it
out.
is.
I don't know. I'm
Scratch
hearing
that
mixed
battle. We got K-Shine versus Rum Nitty. Snooze.
Son, K-Shine and Snooze?
I'm good on K-Shine, man.
I don't know.
K-Shine
K-Shine
ain't
versus Tay
snooze.
Rock was a snooze fest.
Yeah, which
That
is
should have been way
weird.
more energy.
Yeah, which is surprising.
I think them
Maybe
two.
he'll come with it now.
I think they
Rum Nitty's
Doing
Rum
that, these
Nitty.
people are.
I mean, Rum Nitty. Well, you got it. Yeah.
Actually, when y'all were talking about Thanos,
Thanos.
I googled the person, right?
Jesus Christ. Let me get this ready.
And I saw the Hulk,
Let me get
right?
this ready.
And so that's why I was like, you know what? I just love this comment.
What?
Looky here, I'm very
Bro, what are you
vulnerable
talking
about
about,
me not being educated about this
So
stuff.
you mean last week
Bro,
when we
I'm
was
out,
talking
man.
about Thanos?
I know what y'all was talking about.
You had to Google Thanos.
Yeah, I did.
You had to Google Thanos.
I did. Were y'all talking about the
That's crazy,
like the Hulk character though? Never mind.
Lord have
Off my
mercy.
topic. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Nah, that's
Y'all ain't gonna judge me.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cute. Nah, you like the only. I mean,
Whatever.
No, I mean if you don't know, you look it up.
yeah, I don't watch Game of
I had
Thrones,
no-
so
I
people
thought
be
y'all was
talking
talking about a
shit, I'll be
battle
like,
Shout out to
reference
Game
or
of
whatever.
Thrones. No, but I
don't
feel
know.
you. I feel you.
That's funny though. Like, not
Whatever.
Even knowing,
And then you was
not
like-
even knowing who Thanos was to have to Google it.
Who
Like,
the hell are you
that's-
talking about?
You didn't hear about the movie?
Avengers?
yeah.
That
You-
one
you had to have
and
heard of
Infinity
Avengers.
War.
Infinity-
Oh yeah, that one. I don't care
Endgame.
about that. I don't pay attention to that type of stuff. I only watch Black Panther because it was black.
Got
I
it.
don't
Panther
care about
was
like
in it,
superheroes
though.
and
Black
shit.
Panther was in it.
Oh,
Panther's in
it
Avengers.
wasn't about him though.
He is.
Well,
It's his group. It's like
Oh,
his-
oh,
it's
so
like
then maybe I
his-
will go pay money to go
Yeah.
see
You
it.
should check it out.
He fucked people up.
Oh, okay.
See,
I'm
now,
not into.
I wanted to go see it, but I thought I needed to see Infinity War. I don't need to see
Well,
that.
you kind of do. You kind
I
of need
would
to see
say
Infinity
yeah.
War.
You don't need to watch all the rest of the movies, but
Yeah.
I would say why.
Yeah.
It's on Netflix though. Just
Yeah.
watch like the first one.
Infinity War's on
Yeah,
Netflix?
so you
Okay.
watch it on Netflix.
I saw
and
that.
then go.
Scroll through on Netflix, so that is on Netflix. I've
Yeah.
never been into superheroes.
Yeah.
I watch
Movies
it.
like
I'm
that.
not like a nerd about
poppin'.
it, but I watch it.
I went to a 4D movie theater in freaking Seoul. I fell asleep watching Transformers.
I
After
don't
30
like
minutes.
that 3D, 4D shit coming at you out the screen. Like, that
No,
shit
but
make
this
my
shit was
head
different.
hurt.
Like the chair was rocking.
Yeah, that's
it was
4D. That's the
spraying water
4D
on you and
experience.
shit.
Yeah.
That shit.
Oh, I was knocked
I never
out.
went to a 4D.
How you
don't
sleep
like
off
that
of that
shit.
though?
Knocked out.
What? Bro, what is you talking about, bro?
So hey, you actually sound that I'm
Right
not good at
ass.
movie
Like
theaters.
a-
So I don't go to the movies if I'm sleepy because I will fall the fuck asleep. And like I go to movies, I support black movies. That's my interest in movies. I go and
I'm gonna
support black
go,
movies. I don't watch the other shit.
With my mom on Tuesday. We were supposed to go on Saturday. I mean, yesterday, but it was sold out already. But Little
Yeah.
to support that because no one's
That's
talking
dope.
about it anymore.
Yeah, no one's talking about it anymore.
And I'm like, it kind of like they were like talking about it, like so crazy, and then it kind of went.
But it shows you what like marketing budgets look like for black movies.
Yeah.
Hashtag just saying.
Well,
Well,
and,
Sidebar Intruder, I did see that. I thought that was pretty good.
oh yeah,
I didn't see it. I want to.
Black director, black
Oh yes,
film.
with
Dope.
got it.
Megan
Megan
Good.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
It was
I
pretty
should go see
good.
that.
And just last battle was John Jonathan versus Jack Boy Maine.
They have history.
Okay, because I was like, okay,
I might go for Jack on that.
I have to check that out. I have to check his previous battles out to give him.
John
full
is
assessment.
not to be. He's my bad. John is not to be. He's like good. It's like he doesn't really lose, but
He's very strategic. I like him. I like the way. I like his approach on battles. I mean, he's very strategic. Like hearing him break down how he preps for a battle is to be recognized. Like it's dope. So, but
Are you
I
familiar
can
with
care
Jack
less
Boy?
about this battle. What happened?
Oh.
But I of course I would check out for Jack Boy
you're
Maine
more
because I want to
excited
know.
about the headline.
Yeah, because I feel like John Jonathan. I think he wants I can't say better, but a more known.
No, well they're battling because of history.
Okay, so
They
I have to.
like a little beef, a little situation.
Yeah, so again, I have to like check his previous battles to give a full
I
assessment.
love the
on him.
passion in there though. When you really mad, that's when the shit.
Yeah.
So, fuck it.
So I mean, before we get up out of here, so Houston Rockets all the way the hell up out of here. And I
Yeah,
remember we
man,
had this
my
conversation last show about Klay Thompson or James Harden.
It's not.
So
even
I
a
just want to say,
conversation.
this though. Only one of them showed up, and his name isn't.
It's like saying when the Lakers beat.
I love how
Philly.
all your arguments
It's
come
like
back
saying
to
that.
the Lakers.
It's like when the Lakers beat Philly, saying, "Yo, Derek Fisher's better than Allen Iverson because they won." Blah, 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 blah.
Nobody would ever
Klay
say that.
Exactly. Klay Thompson's on a better team, but on
But I feel
no
like you
planet,
disrespecting Klay.
On no planet is Klay Thompson better than James Harden, bro. James
I've-
Harden's in the conversation of best players in the world. Klay Thompson's in the conversation of maybe top 20.
I like how you get really passionate about how mediocre
it
he is,
ain't.
but he's really good. He showed up, the other one didn't.
No, but what I'm saying is he's a very good player. He's way better than mediocre. But to try to say he's better than one of the premier players in the league, absolutely not, bro.
I think it's time for James Harden to take us to be a number 2. He can't rock as a number 1.
Come on,
He
bro.
can't.
You're bugging.
That's my
son.
opinion.
You're bugging.
Unpopular
Who
opinion
was
of the
his
week.
number 2, bro? That team was ass. Like
No,
Chris
he
Paul's
needs
a
to do-
name.
he
Chris
needs to go
Paul's
to
a
be-
name on paper, but don't try to front like if he didn't have another Klay Thompson or somebody else he would be way more equipped. That team is ass,
he needs to
bro.
Defer. He needs to defer.
You're bugging.
I think it's time for him
son.
to defer.
You are fucking bugging.
Houston, we have a problem.
You're bugging, son.
New.
You a Knicks fan?
Excuse me.
You a Knicks fan?
I am a basketball
all
fan.
right, so
I'm
yeah.
the one. I'm the guy that Iran was talking about in his post. He is so.
Nah, people like
So-
that is super corny though.
So.
I don't got a team. I just root for them. Yeah, so every other year you're just gonna flip flop to
Well,
somebody
nah,
that's good.
I don't flip. I don't do that.
Nah, and when I'm saying that's okay to be like that, but those people then are the ones that try to talk the most shit. If you have a team like, oh, your team, yeah, because niggas gonna root for that team whether they win or lose. Right. You're just gonna jump ship to, oh, this team is doing good now. Now I'm gonna dick ride them. Like, not you.
Right.
I didn't know he was talking about you. I thought he was talking about other people. I thought you was a Knicks fan. I didn't think he was talking about you.
Nah.
I thought he was talking about other people that like. Nah, I thought you fuck with the Knicks.
Iran's a friend. Iran's a friend of the show. But he
Yeah,
was
nah.
hurt. He was speaking from a fan perspective, so it was
Yeah,
funny.
because people getting on him.
He
He's a
was
Rockets
hurt.
fan. Yeah, all right, his team lost, but like that's his team that he roots for
Yeah.
every single year.
What happened? Yeah, he's on Facebook. Yeah.
Yeah, like he roots for that team every single year. I'm not a Rockets fan. I definitely
would've
was
hated my
rooting
post.
for them, but you know,
What happened?
I said, well, he would have hated my post.
Oh, I seen that. He said, "Get Houston the fuck out of here." That was funny.
on no planet is Klay Thompson better than
I think on this plane he is.
absolutely not.
Let's just say one is playing, one is going home.
Yeah, what does that
So,
mean?
I mean,
Andre Iguodala's playing in LeBron's home.
hey, don't do
Andre
that. Don't
Iguodala's
do
better
that.
than LeBron. Just go by your logic. Everybody who's playing now is better than somebody who's not. Absolutely not,
Well,
bro.
yeah.
Chill out. Come on, son.
Nobody's saying that. That's not about my
Trying to
logic.
act like he's not playing on one of literally the best teams ever. That's one of the top 5 teams that have ever been assembled. And this nigga's better because he won? Come on.
I've
This
been
Houston
saying
team
that.
is not even a top fucking 200, bro.
I'm glad you feel that way. But anyway,
on, man.
Houston.
Ari
Yeah, no
Lennox
problem.
released an album, Shea, but it's pretty decent, pretty solid.
Who?
Ari Lennox.
So we'll start her. We start the show off next week on what her song.
She newer artist, first album
Okay.
on Dreamville, I guess.
Okay,
Oh,
so
First,
I
like,
heard the
legit
name.
album.
Okay.
Oh, the
And we out. Oh,
Creed.
Unpopular
the Shea Butter
opinions.
song. Oh yeah.
Episode 35. Kevin Durant.
you ain't have nobody else. Blow. Look. None.
Damn.
Unpopular opinions.
None.
And
35.
you said
I
and who?
won.
Oh, so